Okay, you said you creative media and graphics.
Yes.
Why I'm not finding you?
We talked about the New Balances like a couple weeks ago.
No. Creative is with a K.
Oh, that's you.
Yes, that's me.
Okay.
Hold on.
Right. Matter of fact, I'm just not friendly. I'm trying to look at a friend before. Clean design, nice.
I am the official sneakerhead of the group.
Oh, so you got those. Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
I am the official sneakerhead of the crew.
You need to get with a client of mine. They actually create boxes and cases, display cases for those shoes.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Nice boxes.
Cool.
They just did a mahogany box, a black mahogany box, for this guy who had the new LeBrons.
Yeah.
It was like a $475 box.
What?
No.
Yeah, I'm not paying that much for a box. I wear my sneakers.
Dude, I'll go to Payless.
I wear my sneakers. I'll keep them in the regular box.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they wanted that mahogany. That's expensive.
Now, the most I've ever paid for a sneaker, about $650.
Ooh.
Wow.
600?
Yes, $650.
Now, what shoe was it?
It was the LeBron 8 South Beach.
That's a good shoe.
For that money, feed my family back home in Africa.
That's why I need Tony, because he has to feed my habit.
Crazy.
650.
Wow. I'd pay $650 for a shoe, but it wouldn't be a sneaker. Maybe an Italian leather.
I got hard bottoms, too.
Yeah, maybe an Italian leather.
I got some things in the closet now.
You just a shoe head.
Yeah.
Yes. You are officially the thing.
Yes, I am. You're right. I am. I can't deny it. I just can't.
Hey, have you ever tried designing shoes? I mean, like, just for graphic purposes, like a key ad, let's say, something like that. Hello?
Yes. I actually used to customize them. I used to paint them.
Oh, word. Huh?
Before it was like the trend that it is now. I was doing that for a while.
I remember those days. I used to have to airbrush shoes.
What? Hello?
So, John, if you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
42.
You're 42?
Yes, sir.
Dude, man, you look
Now I could hear you.
42.
Oh, older than you, John.
Thanks. Who, BBD?
Oh, okay.
How old are you, BBD?
43.
No, you're not.
Wow.
I would have never guessed that either.
Yeah.
No,
We age good. We age good.
That's right. That's right.
you're right. They say black don't crack. Mike.
Correct.
So how old is everybody else?
I'm 37.
I'm 16. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm 31.
Okay.
I'm the youngest one in here.
But
I don't even want to admit my age.
20,
No, you're not. You're not the youngest. You're not the youngest. D is the youngest.
Skin full of
I think D's 27.
Okay.
Who?
B, you 29 or 27?
29, I
29.
think, right?
I'm 29.
Okay. So y'all tied.
Oh, okay.
I'm old as Methuselah. I'm older than y'all, honey.
Wow. How long is your ride?
I'm old.
Another what? Damn.
Oh
Can y'all see my sneakers?
Oh, that's alright.
man, them are nice.
What you got? What you got? Oh yeah,
What you
I
say?
told you already.
No.
Yeah, they ain't come in men's sizes.
They didn't. Ah, that's
Doctor said
So talk to
you
me.
want your. What you say? You want your again? No, mommy, that's not what's his name. That's not Dr. Sid. It's called Winchi Winchi. Some kind of Nigerian. I don't think it's from our country. No.
But
Oh, DVA. I was talking to Mama.
okay. So I have a question.
Shoot.
Why is it so hard to get I guess feedback on your designs if you're not Clinton or if you're not Fatima or
My regular phone.
you gonna answer that, Tony?
Oh, that's because I'm using Facebook.
I think he's on the phone.
That's why I like that guy.
Business.
Yeah, not a problem.
Gosh, you know what? I personally, I don't know. I mean, like, I try to comment as much as I can. Like, when I see people's posts, I always try to give, feedback, that whole break build. Like, I'll try to find something good to say and try to find something that could make it better. And then top it off with, another positive, uplifting comment. Something along the lines of, like, keep up the good work, something like that. But I would have to catch it because I have my phone set to notifications. So whenever somebody's posting in DVA, my phone, like, at certain parts of the day is just blowing up. So it could be like 5 different posts at the same time, and I'll just miss it. So I don't know if I'm missing your post at times, but sometimes I do catch them, and I'll leave a comment.
mm-hmm.
I mean, I
I
can.
don't know if you don't tag somebody in your post and you don't never get a comment.
I mean, I can answer a little bit. I mean, just from my perspective, at least. I thought the same thing when I first got in, but then I found out that I really wasn't posting as much as I should.
Yeah.
The more that you post, the more response you're going to get.
Yeah.
And I've learned that, like, I've put, out for approval, thoughts, then I, taking criticism. I even try to comment as much as possible on everybody's work, just to get a lot more feedback, as much as possible. The more that it's kind of weird because the more active they see you, the more that they're going to say, okay, let's go ahead and see what he has going on here, kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah, I guess the biggest thing is with DVA, you got to be prepared for everything.
Right.
It's like the showtime at the Apollo for designers. You either get cheered on, but be prepared for some booze. Watch out for the Sandman.
Well, I mean, that's what you need. I mean, I know I need it because it helps make me a better, design better. So.
Right. Definitely. I don't know. Toya, what do you think?
Focus.
I'm sorry.
This is a design focus group. So it's like,
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm here.
but the question was posed like, how do you get, I guess, your post to go viral in DVA to get, comments, to get feedback when you make a post?
Oh, that's to me?
Yeah, well, it was to everybody, but we just kind of want to see what your perspective is. Okay.
I really don't post much, and I haven't posted much in DVA because I really haven't designed much. I'm just now starting to get back into doing more. So yeah, and I'm still learning, so I don't want to like post and be like act like I know what I'm talking about when I really don't.
Post. That's the most important thing about DVA is posting. Like,
Yeah.
the more that you post, the more you're gonna learn. Because I can tell you from when I started in DVA to where I'm at now, there's a complete change. Especially like I was afraid of Illustrator. I didn't want to build a website for nothing. But I mean, it's totally different now. I'm ready to make the money.
Yeah, I hear you.
You know, it's one of the things that I really don't like when people say in DVA, because I feel like people are doubting themselves. You know, they feel like they get intimidated by other artists that does, you know, nice work or great work. You know, if you don't post, you're creating a fear, and by creating fear, you're preventing yourself from growing.
Right.
You have to post, and when it's bad, or when it's not that great, or when it's not the best, the people that you look up to, they'll tell you, well, do it this way, do that, or try this, and this is going to help you grow. But if you never do post, you know, how are you going to learn? You'll never know the technique. You never know the small things that could help you to grow.
Exactly.
So being shy does not help. It's just like I always tell everybody that. And I think I told you that, Creative. I said anybody that's afraid of negative criticism would never grow.
That's right.
Anything you do. If somebody come up to me and say, you know what, the website you did is terrible, it's horrible, my first question is going to be, wow, okay, what you don't like about it? Because I need to know what you don't like so I won't do it in the future. That helps me grow. If somebody comes to me and they tell me, oh, I don't like your work, or I don't like that website, and I get defensive, I'll never grow as a developer or as an artist or as anything that you do. Negative criticism is the best way to grow.
Yeah.
Positive criticism doesn't push you, because if everything you do and people tell you, oh, that's good, that's great, you're not asking yourself, how can I be better? You're not seeing that angle to grow. So don't be afraid to post. Don't be afraid. Don't be shy. Post, you know, and people will criticize. People will tell you. Like, for an example, Jadarian just posted the Sean Mitchell website, and Anthony was in there, and he said, "This is what I suggest. It looks good, but I would suggest doing this, doing that." You know, and you grow from that. From there, he's gonna go in there. He's gonna make the changes, and he's gonna be like, "Wow, it looks better that way." You know?
Right. I totally agree. I kind of feel that it's the same way when when you want to build muscle. The best way to build muscle is to push up against more weight, you know, and gradually do that. If you put on too much, then you're not going to grow. I mean, you have to find that perfect balance when it comes to criticism, especially like if you are, you know, trying to dive into something that's totally new. Like, for example, 5 years ago, I didn't know anything about video. So in order for me to learn video, I surrounded myself with those type of people. And I showed them some of my work, and they would be like, it's all right, you know, it's okay. And like how Tony was saying, like taking that back, and instead of like downing myself about it and getting depressed about it, like, man, I can't do motion graphics. It's like, you know, I take that as fuel to go ahead and better myself. So, yeah, that's the only way you're going to get better is when people point out the flaws.
Yep.
What's up? So what do you guys do to either stay motivated or inspired? Like, what inspires you outside of DVA that you know, focus on or participate in on a regular basis, whether that's, you know, subscribing to certain magazines, you know, doing tutorials. Like, I love the fact that we have the DVA Design Challenge, because that, you know, it helps us, like we were just saying, grow and think, and like, okay, how do I put these words together and come up with a brand? Because those are the types of clients that we may get that come up with something ridiculous and want us to create a brand for it. So what do you guys do outside of DVA to stay inspired to help yourself personally grow in your designing?
Vacation. Seriously. Vacation inspires me a lot because, I mean, you get to see something different. Like, it's a refresher. And you get to see, like, me personally, I can't go 1 minute without looking at a billboard or looking at a sign or anything else. So I'm rolling down the street in Miami, and I'm seeing all types of refreshing colors, and especially like sneakers, things like that. Like, I incorporate a lot of my colors from sneakers. So yeah, it works like that sometimes.
That's how I am with movie posters. Movie posters and video games inspire me. Like, the designers that are doing the movie posters and the video games are ridiculous.
Yeah. My inspiration, I have, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Feedly.com. It's like that news feed site. Posting, like,
How you spell it?
It's FEEDLY.com. And what it basically is, it allows you to be, it's like a RS news feed. So I subscribe to, like, maybe a couple, maybe up to maybe 5 different art websites, and every day I may take a little time out and just go through, just scroll to take a break from designing and just look to see what's going on out there worldwide, see what's trending, see what's coming, and that's how I kind of get my inspiration outside of DVA.
My inspiration is just the web. I think it's just the web and just looking around and just seeing some of the things. I have a couple websites that I look into, like e04.com, mediaqueries.com, and I go in there and I look, because what I like about them is they have website, because that's what I do primarily, is web development. I don't do designing. And I look at code, and I look at things that's in there, and that's my inspiration, And I'm always hungry. A lot of people always tell me, you good? I don't feel like I'm good. I feel like I'm okay, and I'm not good yet. So I'm always striving. I'm always wanting to be good or be the best at what I do. That's how I get inspired.
Tony, you should check out, there's a website called the FWA.com.
Hold on.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Man, the website, it's a website award website, and
F what?
I'll post it on the chat.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's a really, really good website.
They have some killer sites.
The FWA?
Yeah.
Introducing Squarespace 7?
Yeah.
What I want to know is, when you have made your layout in Photoshop, how do you cut it for the buttons to work?
Get Tony to do it.
Exactly.
The thing about it, it's not just that's the thing. It's not just cutting it out. Cutting it out is just one step to the process, but you still have to code it. And let's say, for an example, I'm gonna give you a simple example. Let's say you have an image that has 3 round circles in a row, and each one of them is a tab. So what typically you would do is, in Photoshop, you will what's called slicing. You would slice it, so it'll give you 3 different images. What you would do, you would import those images into your image folder, and when you code it, is you would import the image, you would type in the image, but you would put a tag around the image, and that creates a link. You put an anchor tag around it. and that creates a link around the image. So when it goes live, when people click on that image, so that's what makes it click. I don't know if that made sense.
And if that doesn't work,
Great to
send
me.
it to Tony.
Right.
Conform to me.
Yo, how the
Okay.
message is that?
Well,
So is the old? I don't know if you guys have heard this old thing about the
but
differences
I want to learn how to do that. I really do want to.
between web designers and graphic designers who design websites. Most times I hear that graphic designers who design websites, the websites look really good, but they don't work worth a crap. And then
That
you have web developers, they have very functional sites. The sites work perfectly, but they don't look good.
that is so true. I do a lot of coding for a lot of people in DVA, and as you know, DVA is mainly a lot of designers.
Mm-hmm.
And what I try to tell everybody is, and I try to educate everybody on that, is I tell them that there's a difference. The only common word between the both is graphic. But there's a difference between a graphic design. I mean, the common word is designer. There's a difference between graphic designer and web designer. The difference is somebody that's a graphic designer, they look at graphic. When they're designing, that's what they look at. Image, color, graphic. A web designer, they look at the graphic aspect, but they also looking at how it would function, how it would work, how when in the coding aspect, everything would function. So when you get a graphic designer that designs a website, they'll typically do this. They'll design a website to make it look like a website. And they're not calculating that everything got to stay within proportion. You know, you can't just have one div that's 900, then you have another div that's 337, then you have another div that's 128. It doesn't work that way.
Right.
So for
Why?
the developer, that creates a big problem because now they gotta all this work, and it becomes a headache. So that's where the difference comes. That's why web developers have a lot of issues with a lot of graphic designers.
Yeah, because graphic designers are designing for print, not necessarily for web, and they don't always understand that, you know, everybody's not using Internet Explorer, everybody's not using Chrome, people are using Safari and iPads and iPhones and Galaxy tabs, and I mean, they don't design for everything. They design, and I think that's the divide.
Awesome.
Well, I can say in its defense, like for myself, I'm like I said last night, I'm not a coder, I'm a designer, and when it comes to websites, the only way I'm able to really kind of like do that now is because of programs that I built, such as Edge, Element, and Animate, and Adobe Muse. And they've come a long way within the past 2 years as far as answering a lot of those questions that you're bringing up right now in points, Tony, such as saying the site doesn't really function. They've really done a great job of getting actual coders and developers on a back end to kind of put all that code properly in place. Now, is it perfect? No, but it does allow a person such as the newcomer who is just strictly a designer to be able to jump in there and within like an hour of a crash course start building a site. And then to build upon that as the foundation. But I always will say that, when it comes to hard hand coding, you really can't beat that because you just know for a fact that it is going to work. But if you want to work, quick and fast to start off with, then yeah, a step above those template websites that are out there like Wix and Banzulu and Moonfruit would be, to use Adobe software products.
You know what? I absolutely agree with you 100%. The common mistake, and I'm saying that for everybody, the common mistake that all graphic designers make in coding website is font. Font is one of the common mistakes that a lot of people do. This is the problem with font. I'm going to explain to you real quick what's the problem with using certain fonts. The way it works is when you design a website and somebody codes it, if me, the user, I don't have that font on my computer, it will not display.
Exactly.
Right.
What's going to happen is the browser is going to substitute it by whatever is common. So it might be Arial, it might be Helvetica, or whatever. Then your site doesn't look like it should look. So when you're coding, it's nice to use fonts, but try to keep it to the limit. I always tell people 1 or 2 font is good, but try to use Arial, Helvetica, Sans Serif. Try and use the common ones because it will guarantee that your website will look the way it should across all browsers on anybody's computer.
Yeah, but you know one thing that they have fixed on that with the Muse, they allow you to be able to put any font you want in there, but like how you said, for some web, I don't want to say developers, but some web programs out there, it will go ahead and you do the substitute. But I know with Muse, what they'll do is they'll just turn it into a JPEG image. You won't lose that.
I'm very glad you said that. You see?
But that's not good. I don't like that because it will make your site heavy. But they do have capabilities of allowing you to pick one site. I don't know the proper name of it, where you can go somewhere and get the code for a special typography to go embed it in your site. Yeah. So like that's a great alternative. But yeah, I totally agree with you, Tony. Like avoid, those.
The less images, the better.
Yes.
Yes. Font face will allow you to.
Like, what about using Adobe Muse? Is that good? And then can you fix something up really nice in that?
Here, what I'll do is I'll send you a link to a couple of sites that I built using Adobe Muse, and you can tell me what you think.
Okay.
What I was saying with font face is good. There's 2 drawbacks to using font face also. One is you have to upload the font to the browser, not to the browser, to the server, because you're gonna call it from FontFix, which is cool. Number 2 is you got the font. You gotta have what they call that again? The rights to the font. Like you gotta have permission to put the font on a website. To put it on a web, you gotta have licensing. That's the word I was looking for. So you can't just take a font just because you have it and put it on a web. It doesn't work that way.
You know what? I'm glad you said that, Tony, because
you get sued for it.
That also works for a lot of, and I can speak personally to it. Not only fonts but images.
Yes.
Because I learned a hard lesson. Several years ago, I developed a website for a hotel, and this is probably 15 years ago. I developed a website for a hotel down in Georgia, and the site looked great. Everything was wonderful, and this was back when people were using, what was the website? It was before like iStock, Getty Images.
Okay.
And I said, well, I'll just pull a couple of images from Google. They happen to be Getty images. Well, what I found out the hard way was Getty tracks every single one of their images online. So Getty ended up sending me a cease and desist letter for images that I used on the client's website, and basically was like, if you don't, remove these images immediately, each of these images were like $1,600 a piece.
Ooh.
And there were like 6 images, and they're very serious about it. So I have clients that say, "Oh, well, you can just pull that image off Google." No, you can't. No, you can't. And I think that's one issue that I think Probably
What?
every designer or developer has dealt with it. You know, you have those clients that send you images from Google and they think it's okay.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But I heard
Wow.
that if you take the image and make it into something that's not the same as the image or manipulate it or something, you can still use it.
About that, I never
I
heard
don't know
that.
about that either. Yeah.
I mean, I never heard that. Let me tell you.
I think she's talking about if you change at least, what is it, like a percentage, like 30% or something like that, to the image, then it's safe for you to use it.
Yeah, I've never heard that.
Me neither. I'm gonna need a link on that one.
I've
Yeah.
heard it among people who were trying to use images like that without getting permission, but I never heard it by like a professional company saying like, yeah, this is something that you can do, like copyright laws. You know what I'm saying? Like when people do samples of music out there in hip hop, you know, like sometimes you can get away with it, but then you know there's other times where people's like, hey, you making too much money, or I just don't like the fact that you use my stuff without my permission, so I'm gonna sue you.
Yeah, I know typically with music, I think they can only use up to like 3 seconds.
Yeah.
And any more than that, you know, you're gonna pay. But I know with images, like I said, with those professional companies, iStock, Getty Images, Veer, those type companies, they're watching. I mean, I had another client who wanted to start a company called Kingdom Assurant, and they were doing, I think they were doing assurance or insurance or something like that, and didn't realize that the word, we had actually purchased a domain name for them, kingdomassurant.com, and that was on a Thursday. On Tuesday, because I was the registrar, I got a letter in the mail from a company called Assurant, which was an insurance company, and they actually owned the word Assurant.
Oh, yeah.
And they basically said, you can't use this word in any form or fashion because we own that word.
Wow.
You have to
How do you
man,
own a
they
word?
copyrighted it.
They copyright.
They trademarked it.
Wow.
Trademarked the word. So you can, no one can use that word, especially in the same industry.
That company's a big company.
Yeah, it's huge.
There's a lot of people to do that.
But you know what though? I've also heard about companies that actually they trademark colors. You know, like IBM blue or
Yeah,
like
there's a blue, Coca-Cola red.
Like you cannot use those colors.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They will come after you.
Jordan brand.
Yeah.
Or like that North Carolina blue. That's the reason why it's called North
Carolina Blue. They couldn't use the word Carolina Blue, but it's now Legend Blue.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Wow.
Slight color difference.
Yeah.
You're gonna hear a lot of sneaker references from me.
Shoehead.
Yeah, let's count the ways, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. So what's everybody's kind of like, you know, end all vision as far as when it comes to doing graphics? Is it to work with a company or to work for yourself or just to kind of do it as a hobby and whatever happens, happens?
Retarded.
Well, I mean, like for myself, I'm living my dream right now. You know, working for myself and having a company with 2 other designers and just trying to, you know, fight tooth and nail to make it be the next big thing here in Cincinnati.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same.
Designers?
Huh?
You said 200 designers?
No,
Two other.
2 other.
Other.
Oh.
200.
Don't you know if I had 2 other designers, my background would look nothing like this? That would probably be like a beach somewhere, like.
I feel you.
Got the infinity pool behind him.
For real, yo, like. But no, I mean, with my fingers crossed and prayers going up, like in 3 years, I hope that my backdrop will be different than this blind behind me.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in the same place, man. I want to have my own firm with a team of designers and developers and be able to pull some pretty big clients.
Yeah.
Well, I think after I get some more experience under my belt, I would like to have my own business with other graphic designers, but right now it'll stay a side business.
Mm-hmm. All right, Toy, it's time for you to confess. You can make a confession now.
Come on in. Focus group. Focus
I'm
group.
trying to get out of this pain.
Toya over there taking drugs. What
Yeah,
you
I really am. I really am taking pain meds right now.
Uh-oh.
You're excused. We know.
But as far as I don't know where I'm gonna go because I know Nashville doesn't really have, I don't think, like a big design company down here. So it'd be great to be like the next big thing.
Yeah.
But right now, my focus is on something else at the moment until I get that done.
Well, we're definitely working on that. I've been mentoring for what now?
Yeah, that's a
6
little
months?
bit. Has it been 6 months?
I think about 6 months.
Wow.
So that's kind of one of my hats that I wear is I do small business development, showing people how to start businesses, training. I'm a certified business instructor and trainer.
Where was you when I joined the group? I asked about mentors and whatnot. I could never get anybody to say, yeah, I do mentoring.
Yeah, I definitely do mentoring. I basically show people how to start businesses, grow their business. So like I said, I've been mentoring Toya for about 6 months. It took just about that long to get her site live because we had a lot of work to put together and get that done. But thankfully it's finally live, and she's definitely grown leaps and bounds over the past 6 months.
That's excellent.
Mm.
So yeah, with that, I'll say, Hakeem, if anybody out there, you or anybody else needing some mentorship, hit me up, inbox me. We can talk.
Well, I definitely shall. Let me see. What's your last name, John?
Clement.
Clement. Oh, there you go. Okay. Oh, my system's being slow.
All right, so how many of you guys, side note, how many of you guys going trick-or-treating?
I am.
Well, you have
I don't do the trick-or-treating thing.
I don't go trick-or-treating that.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be participating in this thing called trunk or treat.
Trunk
or treat. Basically, you have a bunch of cars.
It would be in nobody's trunk.
Basically.
Bro, he's going out with some Italians.
We used to be able to go door to door and, as kids get candy or whatever. So now it's kind of, they try to make it a little bit more safer environment. So businesses, or communities have, basically, they line up cars, pop the trunk, decorate it, and they basically have candy for the kids, and they basically kind of walk down this aisle of cars and get candy from the neighborhood or the community.
Wow.
So it's a pretty cool, safe way for kids to enjoy Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably what I'll be doing tomorrow night or Friday night.
Yeah, I'll be taking my daughter out. She's 3, so she's gonna really understand what Halloween is all about. With the candy and all that stuff. So yeah, that's the reason why I'm going out.
I'm going to the mountains.
That's what's up. Which mountains?
DC.
I'm going to Asheville.
Nice.
So I'm gonna go see the Biltmore and all that.
Yeah, I just got back.
DC.
I just got back from Cherokee a couple weeks ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah. At the casino.
Well, this will be my first visit, so.
All right, so here's the big question.
All right.
Marvel or DC?
Ooh.
Yeah, that's the question. Marvel or DC?
Dang. Marvel or DC? I'm going to answer that.
Wait, okay, the Black Panther, who was that?
Marvel.
Marvel, yeah.
You know, Marvel has a lot more good characters, though.
Do you think so?
You said
I mean, they have characters that I like, but...
Who's that, DC?
Iron Man.
Well, she said Marvel.
Okay.
But then they do got Superman, so I mean, that's hard.
Yeah,
I'm a DC guy.
Yeah.
DC?
Yep, I'm DC.
Hardest with Marvel, but I'm a DC guy. I'm a Superman fan.
Okay. You ready for that Superman versus Batman?
I'm ready for it. I've been ready for it.
Oh, my son's been talking about that for like the last longest.
I'm trying to see that trailer. I haven't seen that trailer yet.
He talking about he gonna camp out so he get his movie ticket.
I know they showed the trailer for it at Comic-Con, but
they did?
Yeah, but they won't release it. Like, they had people videoing it on their phones, and as soon as they hit YouTube shut it down.
Get out of town for real.
Yeah. Like that day, somebody had posted it up, and it shut down at the very same day. YouTube shut it down.
Dang. Well, they ain't trying to get sued.
The Avengers.
Yeah, it's a huge secret.
Oh my god.
Secret?
The Batman vs. Superman trailer.
Mm-hmm.
We should have did that with the Avengers.
Yeah, they should have.
Now the Avengers trailer looks pretty good.
Yeah, it looks real good.
You
know they got like 9. They've already done
Their
their
whole lineup for the next 2 years is crazy.
Ridiculous.
2 years?
Yes.
Like the next
2017.
No, they got it to like
2020.
2019.
Yeah, 2020.
Yeah, they got it further than that.
I must seen the shortened version.
Yeah, they've got like the next Avengers after the one coming out next year is going to be 2 parts. It's going to come out in 2018 and 2019.
Wow.
Yeah, it's going to be sick. And then the dude playing the Black Panther is the same dude that was James Brown in Get On Up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I like him. Well, that's good. I'm glad he
Take my
did
money now.
Good role.
He's gonna be the first African American lead in a Marvel movie.
Oh wow.
That's gonna
What's up?
about freaking time.
Yeah, exactly.
Take my money.
Making history.
But you know what? I'm so excited about the Black Panther though, is because I think that can really tie in the X-Men world with the Avengers.
Exactly.
He's
supposed to make an appearance in like 4 other movies outside of his own, so I think he's supposed to make an appearance in the next Avengers.
Yeah, I think that's what they said, the Avenger movie.
Oh my god! This is dope.
Yeah, it's gonna.
But you know what? I'm really curious as to see how they're gonna do the whole Shazam movie.
I hadn't heard about that one.
Yeah.
That one should be dope.
Yes, they got it's already casted. They got Dwayne Johnson.
Oh, I did hear about that. I did hear about that.
Yeah.
I did hear about that.
I follow him on Instagram.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's coming out in 2019.
Yeah.
Wow.
They got all these movies coming out for the next.
They're just doing all the comic movies, ain't they?
They are.
Moneymakers.
You need to stop the X-Men.
Any Wonder Woman stuff coming out?
Yeah, there's a Wonder Woman coming out.
Batman versus Superman.
Yeah.
But she gets her own movie, I think, in
It's her own, yeah.
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
I need that.
What is the Black Panther about?
Well, it's about this movement of these people that wear these berettas and they got these guns. Disregard that. That's not it. The wrong Black Panther.
Wrong one.
Somebody else take that.
Oh.
As soon as you started talking, but I knew that was.
Hey, what's up, Fatima?
Hi.
Oh, hey, Fatima.
Everybody say hi to Mom.
Hello, Pooh Bear.
Is that DeConte? How you say your name, girl?
DeConte.
Oh, good. Hi.
How do you
Hi, Pooh. Hi, Pooh Bear.
The Conte ready for bed. She done put her head cap on and everything.
She did.
Yeah.
Yes, honey. Yes, honey. Yes. Shoot.
I gotta go check on my pies in a minute.
But you know what movie I really
She gotta go check on a pie?
Yeah.
Wait, made super sad pies.
I want some
Fatima, you want some
pie.
pie?
Huh?
Want some pie, Fatima?
I want
Yes,
some
I do.
pie.
I sure do. Wait. DVA Beauty. A nice DVA Beauty, so I can't handle pie.
That's funny. So I guess while we're on the topic of movies and comics and all that good stuff, what movie do you wish to see be remade?
Soprano.
The what?
Soprano. Even though the main character died, but I'd love to see the movie too.
The who?
In the making, but he passed away.
The Sopranos? What did you say?
Yeah, Soprano.
Oh, okay.
You know the lead actor?
Oh, I know. 7 Brides for 7 Brothers.
What's
I
that?
haven't heard the first one. What?
Wait.
I love that show. It is beautiful. It is by Rogers and Hammerstein. It is beautiful. Beautiful romance.
I'm gonna have to check it out on YouTube.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
I'll take The Wire.
The Wire.
The Wire.
Yeah, that was the show.
Yeah,
Are we talking about shows that we want to be turned into movies?
Either or.
Trying to get away with murder.
How
Well,
to
did y'all ever
Still
watch
too
back in the 90s?
Get away with murder?
Yeah. I would say Scandal would make a nice
I
one.
think, yes, Scandal would.
Skinner's on.
90210.
I don't think it would make a good movie. We already know it.
Exactly. No.
Okay, maybe.
The Blacklist would make a good.
Yeah.
I think for myself, I have two. I would definitely Masters of the Universe.
There you go.
Oh my God, dorks.
It has to be made. And I second one would have to be Mario Brothers.
Family Guy.
Family Guy.
Yeah, you're right.
American Dad. One of them.
Wow.
Which played?
Oh yeah.
Y'all remember that?
Yep.
That was a good show.
Ouch.
Anybody seen Nikita?
Yes, Nikita was good.
They made that several times though.
Yeah, they made it several times. Nobody.
What?
Right.
They made it into a movie?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It was a movie for the show.
Oh, shoot. Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I guess I'm going on Amazon.
Is anybody
I still say 90210. No.
90210.
Yeah.
Much? Yeah, I never really watched it, so I don't even know. I always think it's the same thing as Dawson's Creek.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Cool.
All right, so I'm gonna open up a topic. All right.
All right, go ahead.
I don't know what you guys have talked about before I got here, but one thing I struggle with is the belief, and ladies, don't get mad at me, but is the belief that guys are more naturally creative than us ladies are. Like, I feel like I personally struggle with just being creative, or even from a programming perspective, like as techie, guys seem to just catch on so fast. Like, am I alone in that?
No.
Because they're more logically, they think more logically than we do. But that's something I ever thought about.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. Well, I've always had a bunch of guy friends, and I've always had I've always hung with guys primarily. So
Me too.
and I've also been very competitive too. But guys just seem to snap right into stuff. They're like, all the guys quiet, like, I'm not even gonna say anything.
No. I was giving you a minute to finish, but I would agree with that statement. Only reason why is because guys are a little bit.
Bernard getting popcorn.
Getting good. I got
Look, guys are. How can I say it? All mine is all over the place. Versus women like to focus. I guess because women is the places the creativity side is natural.
Or maybe is it because guys are, these are very general, broad statements, not sexist at all. But I think that guys are generally more risky and impulsive than are. Like, since we over rationalize stuff, we don't free our minds or something, like, to be able to just take that risk to be a little bit more creative. That's just, my thoughts. That's how I feel anyway.
It boils down to men hunt, women nest.
Explain that.
Well, basically, like you just said, men take risks. Like, we're gonna, I kind of liken it to a guy watching a TV show versus a female watching a TV show. We're going from channel to channel to channel, and if a woman's watching TV, we're gonna stick with that one show, watch it to the end, and we want to see what's between shows. So it's like when we go out, we're going. I'm a prime example. Like if you look at my browser right now, I probably have 30 tabs open. And I'm looking at everything, like going from tab to tab. And I think, like you said, with that, taking that risk and stepping out and going out and slaying that dragon, as opposed to once you guys settle in something, you're kill it.
Home, right?
One thing, as opposed to we're like all over the place. We're killing deer, hello, tigers, and we're taking on everything, being focused on that one thing, which can be a good thing. It can also be a detriment because we're not really as focused as a female would be.
Got it. What do you think, other guys?
Well, I believe that visual, and we, I guess our imagination is a little wilder. I think that there's this softer, the more logical guys. Let us all of the years. to say, but are risk takers. We don't necessarily think they just kind of operate. You're impulsive. And I sometimes feel that when you get it, like their interior design, they tend to have more structure. But trust me, I've seen some women on DVA that are way better than me. I'm not ashamed to say that. Just like, you know what, like, hey, what, not to be enough taxes, but it's just to be like, you know what, I recognize.
Hold on a second. There's an echo.
Yeah, I was about to say, is anybody getting an echo?
I'm hearing somebody breathing like mad close to the...
There's an echo because I really can hear.
That might be my fat ass.
Oh, who said that, please?
Child, I be breathing like the world is coming to an end. I'll try and hold in my breath. That's what you get for being fat, honey.
Girl, no, just move your mic back a little bit. That's all.
Yeah.
Because I just think it's cutting. All I'm hearing is cutting in and out of the audio of whoever's talking. That's all I hear.
Yeah, like right now, I could hear Fatima clearly, but I couldn't hear Vernard at all.
Right, I couldn't hear. It was really blocky for when he was speaking.
Is it still blocky? Yep.
Well, you echo.
I'm just getting a really bad echo.
Yeah, but I could hear Fatima.
I have earphones on. That might be a different.
Me too.
Well, I don't have earphones. I'm hearing echo.
You know, Fatima was like a high-tech stuff.
Really? No. I mean, with an earphone, it's not like I said I got Beats on.
Oh, you got Beats now.
No. It's not like I said I have Beats on because I do not.
With you, Fatima. Okay.
I wish I could see my face.
Please.
No, man. Men and women.
Please, Fatima, if I can show all my glory, you can surely show yours.
Well, no, because if I show anything, it's going to be all my glory.
Oh,
I'm relaxing right now, y'all.
okay. I got you.
I feel like an old person saying that.
She's about to lay it down.
Hey, Jermaine, I need you to figure out what you're doing.
Jermaine is there?
Jermaine Haggerty.
Oh, okay, different Jermaine.
His stuff is coming in and out. I see him here. Now you need to say something. Say hello. No? Okay. Well, what are you guys working on if you haven't already covered that?
Well, I said I'm working on 2 videos and 2.
You sure look like you're working?
Yeah, with a cup and one hand on his face.
Yeah, you look like you're working hard.
No, listen. This is how I'm working. And I got that over there.
Okay.
Anybody else working during this call?
I am.
Really? How in the heck? I can't do it, y'all.
I'm watching a Korean romance.
Wow.
Wait, who is this? Who said that?
That's
D.
Conte. Oh my God, yo, I love you.
Bro.
Korean romance. I'm sorry.
Romance movie.
I love your uniqueness, yo.
Can't argue that.
Let's see what I want to put up here on my screen for y'all.
So Bernard, I see you working with that big Mac Pro, man.
Yes, sir.
I'm jealous.
Man, I needed it, man, because this movie is so like render time so slow, but now like it's crazy fast.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
I got to get that.
Yeah, you need it.
Girl.
What the what?
Done. Did I just hear Korean?
Yeah.
Wait, tell me you speak Korean though. Tell me you watching it because you.
I wish I could. I'm watching the subtitles, but I'm taking some classes on that one place to learn French and Korean. Oh, Korean. 알았어.
Who?
네가 선마요.
안녕하세요.
Wait. What the heck just happened? Who just said Michael Jackson? Oh my God.
My old boss used to be Korean, so I know a little bit of Korean. I don't know a lot.
I know a little bit of
So what
Chinese.
did she just say, yo?
I asked her how she doing.
Oh, okay.
엄마,
So,
오빠, 할머니 is grandma. Well, I'll get it somehow.
so you speak
These
Chinese?
Korean men are sexy. Oh my goodness, God knew what he was doing when he made Korean men.
Jesus.
Wait. What is that? Done.
Oh my God. Oh my Lord Jesus.
It's late, but I didn't know it was after dark.
Wait.
I mean, it's
gotta see
after
what I look
dark
like.
for me.
You just transferred. I'm glad I got my popcorn.
Right, exactly. Some popcorn too.
Wait, I'm about to put on a shirt for this, y'all. Hold on.
What I missed?
He said I'm about to put his shirt on. Wow.
I'm back. I got my popcorn.
Oh my God.
John over there sweating.
I'm trying. We got Korean romance.
Jeez. Look at his six pack. Bro, I mean, and you can see the definition of it. Oh, them eyes, the lips, and the good. Googly
Who are we talking about?
All right, when it comes.
Nobody told me this. All right.
All right. When it comes to people like what do you guys think about like the DVA that we have? So for example, somebody asked me about the competition. How do you guys balance that out? So.
There was a lot of influence.
I didn't hear a thing.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Hold on, let me see if I mute myself.
Can you like mute everybody?
Hold on.
Somebody say something.
Go ahead.
Something.
Well, that wasn't echoing, so
Yeah, that was good.
better.
That's weird.
Is somebody drink? I'm hearing something.
Yeah, me too. It's like I'm trying to figure out, like somebody just has an open airline.
Like it sounds like somebody drinking out of a straw. Like,
Yo, who is drinking out of a straw, yo?
Exactly.
Well, as you can see, I ain't drinking
I
either.
say, what are you doing, yo? Are you drinking out that straw, yo?
She hiding.
I think the main.
I think she sleep. I think she's snoring.
Who?
wait, who?
I was kidding.
I was like, yeah.
Oh.
Business, yo.
Yeah, no, my background is just too much, too crazy, y'all. I'm trying, man.
Fatima, you knew about this yesterday, last night. Right.
Hey, look, last night I wasn't on video, so you can do it tonight, Fatima.
It's not about, honestly, it's not really about me. It's about my background. Like, I got a ceiling I'm trying to conceal. I'm getting work done on my house, so yeah. Like, every time I look at myself and I see my ceiling. So I don't want to. Y'all can be like, what's wrong with her roof? No, yeah.
Yeah, you told me earlier.
Am I echoing now?
No, you sound fine to me.
Like, I don't think it's you. I think it's someone else.
You think it might be my earphones?
Toya was echoing.
Let me take my earphones out and see if I can help with it. Okay, so can you guys still hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you sound better.
Is there any echoing?
No.
No.
What was my freaking earphones? Mac. Whatever.
Wow. Okay.
My earphones, I know my earphones
Yeah,
get feedback into I'm trying to record stuff. So, and it's Apple earphones too.
It's echo.
Mm-mm.
We completely lost the echo for real. Bernard, say something.
Yeah.
Like the echo is gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's done.
Oh, my apologies.
Okay, Bernard, what were you saying now?
Okay, my question.
Right, repeat everything.
Yeah, exactly. Let me go ahead and rewind. But no, like, what are you all thoughts when it comes to inside the DVA group with the design challenges and outside of the design challenges, competition versus like helping one another? Do you think that exists? And if so, is it good, bad? And if it doesn't exist, what do you think it leans more towards? Do you think it leans more towards like competition or more towards help?
Been doing what?
I think he's asking about whether there's a level of us competing against each other just in design or outside.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got you.
Like, do we, and is it healthy?
Why are you doing that?
Nah. If it's happening. I mean, for me, I think there is a level of competition that it just allows us to sharpen one another. Like, but there is a level of competition that allows us not to feel comfortable sharing. Some of us, I'm going to say some of us. So there are some things that some people will withhold.
I agree. I've been telling you that for the past 15 years.
Wait, Tony, are you having a completely separate conversation?
Oh, was an understatement.
Oh my God,
Yeah, he's on the phone.
Conversation.
Okay.
Can I mute him? Can I mute Tony?
You really did.
Really?
Me.
Oh, so good. You so muted him. That's hilarious.
Let me see. Hold on. I'm gonna send him a message though, just because I don't want him to be like when he gets ready to talk again. Nobody can hear him.
Right.
When you're off the phone.
Well, I like the idea of the design challenge. I mean, every once in a while I'll compete, outside of DVA, just to kind of see what's out there. And, I just think I think it's just a way of growing, like we were talking about earlier. Just,
Are you speaking more toward the culture of competition or the actual competition?
The actual competition.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that there's a slight culture of competition too, though. It's more, but it's secret. It's not something we go and we're up against each other. But some of us a lot of us, a great amount of us share clients. We all work in that church circuit, that black church market, and that puts us up against each other sometimes. So sometimes I'll have clients complaining to me about other designers, and other designers you know, telling me that clients are complaining to them about me, you know, so we have that. But the DVA, I think, has helped in that area that we actually get to minimize that sort of thing, because we all sort of kind of end up speaking the same language to our clients. But like I said earlier, that I think competition causes us to withhold helpful information from one another sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it causes us to kind of look. And I'm talking about people who are like, the people who are like not on this call, the people who kind of come in the group and they just sit there, look, read resources, and give nothing back.
That's true.
You know, there's a level of, I think, unhealthy competition coming from, like, in that way.
Yeah.
But I think iron sharpens iron. And,
Exactly.
you know, I do look at other people's work and I'm like, oh shoot, man, if I could ever do that. But that helps me grow. It's a level of jealousy, you know what I'm saying? But it's a jealousy that pushes you to grow rather than to. It's not a malevolent, but it's not malicious. You know, it's not like that malicious envy. It's kind of like that. Dang, I gotta get there. I gotta be able to think like that.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, that helps you grow and not turns us. You know, that it doesn't turn us against one another.
Right.
That's good.
Yeah, Jermaine, what's up? Oh, his phone keeps chirping. Okay, got it. And who is this guy? Sorry, I'm. Wait, can I target somebody? I don't know what I can do here. I'm trying to figure out who is all in here. So there's.
Can't you put your mouse over the picture and it tells you who's who?
Oh, Jason. Oh. Wow.
Shoehead, sneakerhead.
Shoehead.
Bro.
We only got one viewer. I guess that one viewer is yeah.
Well, I think the competition is good. It helps me as far as seeing, you know, all the different things that can be created using those words. It gives me ideas, and it just helps you, you know, think out the box. Like, wow, I wouldn't have put those kind of things together to make this kind of logo. So I think the competition is healthy.
Now, Fatima, you had mentioned about, you know, you have those people like you out on the call that just kind of come in and want resources. How do you guys feel about font sharing, image sharing, those types of things among DVA members? I know somebody had opened up like a Google Drive or something with font, but how do you guys feel about that type of stuff?
That is an issue that's kind of hard to control. It's hard to control, but if I do see somebody in the group that never contributes and they really do kind of like resources, like you'll have the occasional person coming in like, hey, you know, I got a project, I need an idea. Then 6 months later, hey, I got a project, you know, I need an idea. Hey, you know, or people who comment on photos and they're like, what's that font? What's that font? What's that font? But gives no feedback, no, you know, critique, no tips, no nothing, no resources. I remove them from the completely.
I'm sorry, sideline. What is the Conte doing?
I have no idea. I was kind of wondering the same thing.
Yeah, she's like spazzing over there.
Yayo. Mano, yayo.
What?
Well, I tell you, I can't.
Yeah, after dark.
Yeah, but it is difficult to control because that means that I would then have to go back, find their email, try and figure out whether they're in the font folder, delete them, so I don't go through all of that. That's just too much. It's too much work, you know, to be worrying about. So I mean, the DVA in itself, and I place I place a lot of value on the DVA and what we do share. So removing them enough for me is just enough punishment. Because they might have fonts, but they might not have that community that kind of helps them figure out what the heck to do with them. So you can take a resource all you want, but if you don't have like that, if you don't have your crutches anymore, so like it's not gonna really help you.
Yeah.
So a lot of people do use the DVA as a crutch, and that's it's if you're growing, give back. That's all that's asked of you. There's a need for community, and it needs to be a two-way street. But outside of that, if we remove them, I think that's just enough, and that's just the measure that I take. And but I take measures in making sure that people are, number one, that they are designers when they come in. So
right.
You might see like me add like 30 people in one day because I finally had the time to go through all 98 of them, all the the requests that day to see who's actual designers. And I like to judge by whether people actually put that they're designers in their profession. Some people, if I don't find anything in their profile about art, nothing, they're not getting in.
I'm glad it's taken seriously and not one of those, hey, you design, let's go.
Somebody hit me up in my inbox and they said, hey, I tried to come into the group, and this is, I'm talking about, I removed this person months ago. Hey, I tried to get into the group today because I need something they needed. And I said, well, I removed you months ago because, we just wanted to kind of try our best to wipe out as many inactive profiles or inactive, members as we could. Now, we can't catch them all like Pokemon. But I'm like, I'm like, I can't let you back in until you can commit that you're going to give something. Like, for example, there are people, I'm not asking people to post like every day because people are working, but when people come in there like, man, I haven't posted in a long time, if you recognize that person's name, you already know, yeah, that person's definitely been an active member of the community. It's just that they were working for these past couple of weeks or whatever. So I don't necessarily like, oh, you haven't posted anything in a couple of months, you're out. It's more like whether you contribute. There are some people who just really comment and they contribute in links and not necessarily in work or in critique or, and I'm okay with that too. There's different levels of communication and different levels of activity. I just don't want people to be sitting there looking. Because I'll just get you out of there because I see you. And that's why I haven't changed the banner at the top, because I want to see who's coming in and, what they're kind of like. I want to watch them. If I see an unfamiliar name, I'm looking at whether they posted something and what they posted. So, I'm in there, I'm watching, but it is a big job. We're talking about hundreds of people.
Yeah.
To manage.
Yeah, I noticed today that whole, when that one person posted to put all those pictures in, I've seen some names, I'm like, who are you? I've never seen you.
Right.
Oh.
It's like post a flyer, post what you're working on right now. But some people are intimidated, so I do give that. I give that to some people. They're scared out their mind, whether to post or not, because it can be brutal at times.
Yeah.
So, like, I try and measure all of that and consider all of that in balance. But there are some people who just kind of. We've had some situations where people will come in and they're talking about their client and they're venting, and then someone who's in the group that knows that person's client will go talk to the client about it. Snip, you're out. That's not what the community's about. We need to be able to have a safe place, to be able to share and use DVA for the beauty that it is. But there are some people who have come in and attempted to kind of like destroy that and all that stuff. And if you're watching this video, here's your warning. That's not something that we do. This is like a college, away from the college, and there's just conduct. And we're all fun and games, we're all friendly, and we're all family, and we need to do that. We need to continue to, treat each other like that.
Right. Yeah. That's the thing that I'm drawn to is the whole feeling of being like it's a family of people that I can relate to, and I can could speak my language and not necessarily have to feel like I'm talking to another client. Because I hate talking to clients and trying to break down why I'm doing certain things. It's just tiresome. But it's like, you know, when I come, you know, to the group every single day, you know, I'm either hearing somebody and I can, you know, feel and understand exactly where they're coming from, which is beautiful to me. So, yeah, I appreciate that.
It's amazing. And a lot of people are like, oh, you created this wonderful thing. I'm like, listen, this thing helping me. Like, you know, and I'm honored by some of the comments, but I'm nobody's like superior, nobody's mom, nobody's boss, nobody's queen, nobody. I really do grow in the DVA, and I see some things in DVA that really has helped me, helped my career, you know, this freelancing thing we do, and have encouraged me, have challenged me, have, you know, and rebuked me in a sense, and has overall matured me in this business, and I'm just grateful to be here too.
I know one thing, the whole competition thing that we do, that actually kind of like motivated me when I actually won, and I was shocked. So that kind of like just gave me a boost of confidence when that happened.
That's good.
What's up?
See, I'm the big mama.
Judged on that though.
What I do is I just.
Amount of votes?
Huh?
Oh, I was asking how are we judged on that? Is it the amount of votes that you, well, the amount of likes that you get on the
yeah, it's all
logo?
the likes that you get. I mean, which is kind of hard because, you know, sometimes, like myself, I go through and I like just about all of them.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
Because it's just me being grateful. It is. It's like I haven't seen like a bad logo post. I mean, I've seen stuff where I'm like, oh, I would probably do something a little different. But I mean, needless to say, I mean, I haven't contributed anything since really the first week, and it's because I've been, you know, either busy or just tied up with trying to get the idea out, but just not in time. But I'm like, you know what? This is not necessarily for me. This is. I realize it's for everybody to kind of to grow and to kind of like iron sharpen iron, if I should say.
Well, like you said, I think you saying that I would have did this a different way. Like if you made those kind of remarks, also, I guess after the competition is over, if you made those kind of remarks, so that way it can help that person.
I think it's better to do it during the competition because, again, I mean, it's not just one-time contribution. Like you can actually go back and work on it, rework it, and post it back up. I mean, I've seen people go completely bananas. Christopher Cole, who's not here.
I was like 3 or 4 one time.
Oh yeah, I remember.
I mean, it gets to the point to where I think it was the football one.
The black book, football, blue football.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. Like this was actually like a college, you know, project piece that he put out. I'm like, dang, whoa. And I don't know if that discouraged.
How does a person do vexing?
Does what?
How does a person do vexing? Like, how do you start out doing vexing?
Vectoring?
Or vexeling? Vexeling.
I don't know what that
is.
I don't even know.
Vexeling is, I think it's.
Yeah. How do you do it?
Aren't you doing painting, Photoshop painting already? Kind of. Isn't it like the same thing?
Yes, wall smudge painting. I just take the smudge, I take the smudge brush and just smudge the papers, picture so it looks like it's really painted.
Yeah, I think vexeling might be the this is a very loose definition, but it's the act of, I guess, turning someone into a cartoon but using Photoshop or a raster program. So it's kind of like pixel, vector, vexel.
Is that what Christopher Cooley's been doing?
No.
Oh, okay.
That man's just vectoring. He's doing a lot of Illustrator. He's Mr. Illustrator himself.
Well, he did something like, look, I guess more mosaic. Did y'all see those?
Yeah. No, but that's still him vectoring it. He's kind of like.
Oh, okay.
That's the polygon.
Right.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
That Lauryn Hill.
Well, because I mean, on art has like people that do vexels, and they're talking about their layers are like 376 layers for a vexel.
Yeah.
I can see that.
I can see that. Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I've just done a regular Photoshop file and had it,
Dang.
150 layers.
Right.
I ain't never had that many layers. Good gracious.
Yeah. I mean, it was a pretty detailed picture. I have to see if I can find a link to it. But it was a DVD cover for a sermon, a pastor's sermon.
Oh gosh.
All right. So who in here already knows how to use a pen tool?
What?
Yeah,
Nobody?
You said use the pen tool?
Use the pen
I
tool.
be shying away from it. I need to learn how to do it, but I ain't learned yet.
I use the pen tool often,
Yeah, I use a pen tool a
I do
lot.
too.
Yeah.
very often.
So what's the count in here? Is that like 3 out of?
I would say half at least.
Okay. Well, I kind of wanted to, I guess, since we're here, I can share my screen, if that's something that you guys wouldn't mind, and I can kind of give those people who are shying away from it a little quick toot on that, Joan. If you don't mind. What do you guys think?
Really talk that Joan.
You guys okay with that?
Oh yeah.
Hold on. All right, so let me know if you can see this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Starting with a black John. And my pen tooling is really, I would say it's rough. It's really not even that great. But I just end up going back and perfecting things. So I'm just gonna type a letter here, like a T. I'm gonna type a few letters here, like my name or something. It's my tool. Does anyone else's Photoshop do this where it takes a while to load the text tool?
Yes, mine does that.
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Yes, all the time.
Okay, well that's what's happening right now. So.
Well, let me ask you: is that because you have a whole lot of fonts and you're using the older version of Photoshop?
Are we going back to a version of Photoshop, really, Bernie?
We're not going to do that I see a 5, first of all. But maybe, I don't know. It might be happening. All right, so I'm going to type in X with a Z.
Okay, all I see is the Conte's heads.
Oh, I know. Thank you, honey. I know I'm beautiful. Girl, you ain't got to tell me
Click on Fatima's name.
Yeah.
Hold on, Fatima's
Click
name.
my name, and I think it'll make me, like, present it.
Oh, okay.
I'll be right back. I got to stray over to get my Kit Kat bar.
All right. I don't want to hear unless you're sharing, though. That's
All right.
Right.
I mean, I can send something. I can do some USPS or something.
Can you ship me some Kit Kats?
Hey, I'll do it.
Okay.
No, don't send her none.
I actually don't look like you need.
Got sugar or something. You were talking about being sick a little while ago. You don't need none of that.
I
Kid.
know. I'm always, honey. Pray to Jesus. Sign the cross.
A lot of us need prayer.
All right, so here's what I'm doing now. So I'm going to, underneath my name, try and kind of like recreate my name. This is going to be crazy. But, so what I do to create straight lines is, straight lines is just dot to dot, all right? But the way that you can kind of make it straight is if you hold shift down, just like you keep the portion of a photo, you hold shift down to resize, you can hold shift down between dot, and it'll create a straight line. All right. You can nudge with your arrows. So that's just this rectangle I created out of the pen tool. All right, cool. Let me get that out of here.
So I'm gonna create these dots, and I can either do this. I can do this one way. I can make the F out of a series of rectangles, like one rectangle down and two rectangles across, or I can just do it like straight across. So I'm trying to decide whether which one I want to do. I'm just gonna go across because it just makes more sense to me.
I think Tony's off the phone.
Yeah, I was about to ask about that. He looked like he'd be trying to say something, but we
Can we unmute Tony?
Hold on.
Tony's straight talking and we can't hear him.
All right, hold on. Let me
Bad.
Is Toya here now?
baby. All right. Oh, I almost forgot how to do it.
He's still muted. Yep.
Did I unmute him?
No.
No.
Uh-oh.
He's waving like.
He's waving.
Oh my god!
Like, how can you?
Wait,
We're trying.
can somebody else unmute him? Maybe.
No, I tried it. I looked and see if I could.
If you click on the arrow above his name, you should be able to unmute.
Oh, I can't do it. It won't let me.
There it is.
Nope.
Who did
There
it?
you go.
You did it, Fatima.
I didn't do that.
Welcome back, Tony.
Thank you. I apologize, you guys. I hit mute, so I thought like my microphone was off. So I'm just.
Oh, you probably muted somebody. You probably muted us.
Nah, I apologize.
No problem.
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna mute myself because it's gonna get loud.
What's your cruncher? What?
No, I can't. You know my situation. I can't.
Right.
I gotta crawl and stuff.
God, stop.
I can't believe you're gonna eat that Kit Kat right on this phone with me here. You know.
And if I had a glass of milk, I'd be really easy.
Right, so here's what I'm doing, y'all.
Look here.
In order for me to, for example, you see how it has all these points I created? It's like connect the dots, right? I hold down Command to select one of those dots because for right here, this dot is mad crooked. I'm going to nudge it with the arrow just to make it straight. All right? So that's that. Straight lines are really easy. Now, you can select multiple. These dots here are called
with
nodes.
the arrow?
Right.
And you can select multiple nodes. So I'm by holding down Command and Shift at the same time.
Right.
And just clicking on an individual dot. Oh, wait, what the heck did I just do? Okay, hold on. Oh, did I close it yet? I don't think I closed it. Hold on. I thought I closed it. Did I close it, y'all?
Yeah, I think you did.
What the heck was that? Alright. There you go. So I can kind of manipulate just those dots that I've selected, which are just those 4.
Yeah.
What?
Ah.
Yeah.
How come I didn't know this?
There's a lot Photoshop can do.
Yeah, it's a lot. So this is how I pretty much create my vector shapes.
So Fatima, let me ask this: why do you create that in Photoshop as opposed to Illustrator?
Because I was being lazy. Yeah, I wasn't ready. I guess I was, a little intimidated by the interface, like learning a new thing. So no, I can totally do it in Illustrator now, but for the sake of us being here in Photoshop, especially those who haven't had experience with the pen tool, 9 times out of 10, that means you guys are not in Illustrator at all.
Right.
So see, I'm just starting to really get into Illustrator because when I was in high school and throughout college, they mainly focused in Photoshop.
Okay, wow.
Who's talking?
That was Toya.
Oh, okay. Hey, Toya.
Oh, Toya Poe is on. Hello. How we do? How we do?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, cool. Let me move forward. All right. So this A right here, y'all gonna have to bear with me with this.
I was gonna ask you about that A.
Got them curves.
Yeah. We're gonna improvise on this one right here. So I'm starting with the bottom line, like the one right here.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna hit Shift to create a little straight line here. Now, I'm going to just draw and drag to the right, and I'm going to hold down shift to keep that, straight there.
Mm-hmm.
All right? Then there's a couple of ways you can go about it, but I'm going to kind of wing it here. It's going to be kind of weird. But you can always go back and perfect these, so I'll show you how to do that. So I'm just clicking and dragging in the way that I want the curve to go. Oh, where? Okay. I'm again holding shift to keep that curve straight.
Right.
And then I'm going to do it again down here. So I can kind of see it a little bit here. Now, I just click that, you know what, I'm going to do that again. You can click and drag, to create a curve, as you can see. But if you want that to have like sort of a curve point, like notice at the end of this A, there's like some kind of, this right here is not a straight line.
Yeah.
So you kind of mess with these corners by holding down Alt and dragging one of those things. Or before you, or while you're drawing the curve, you can click and then hit Alt to create like that angle immediately.
Mm-hmm.
So Alt, Command, Shift, all your friends here. All right, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna hit Shift and kind of create that straight line again here. And see how it's like it's a little bubbly, it's a little weird. So I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna hold down Command, click that node that I want to manipulate, and now I'm gonna hold down Alt so that I can pull that in a little bit because it was a little, out there.
All right.
Boom. And let's see. That is straight. No, it's kind of like not a straight line. So kind of weird, I guess. Alright, I'm going to shorten this part right here, just because I think that's just what it's doing. And then, hold down Shift again, and then click it. Boom. Rough, but, it's rough, but you guys get the picture.
Yeah.
I'm by no means no font master here. But because I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, I'm going to,
I thought I was not a perfectionist.
Yeah, one thing I like about Photoshop, if I'm not mistaken, when you're using the pen tool as opposed to Illustrator, is that in Illustrator you have to, when you hit that curve and you're going straight, you have to like go back and click that last node to end that curve, or you have to convert that curve back to straight.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you have to do that in Photoshop, I think. I don't know. All right, so the next move is getting this. I'm sorry, I'm kind of annoyed by this. The next move is going to be getting this whole looking thing here. So you can do this two ways. All right, you can click on the layer so that there's a box around the actual path part of it. And by the way, these lines between these nodes are called paths.
Mm-hmm.
So this kind of highlights, when you click on, you highlight the paths by clicking on that gray box in the layers palette or whatever. So I can do it this way, then I can click one of these buttons here, right?
Mm-hmm.
There are, I rarely use the intersection and all this other crazy stuff in here. I'm either going to use this one, which is kind of like creating a shape to join in, or this one, which is subtract from the shape area. So I'm going to click that, making sure that this gray box in the layers palette is selected, and then I'm gonna start drawing my inner shape here. Let me make sure I got to do everything. So, because that's some kind of weird shape, I'm just going to do it that way. Man, what are you doing? I think Google Hangouts is killing my speed of it. Remember, I'm holding shift just to keep these things a little. Yeah. So, it's crazy looking, but okay.
It's coming along.
Yeah. But you get it.
So do you use the pen tool when you're doing your seals?
Yes, absolutely.
What?
Help me out, y'all, pen tool users, if you see I can do something a little different here.
No.
You're doing everything I do.
Yeah, it's
Can't you use the free transform?
for this, for which part?
Yeah. Like if you want to reshape it or something like that, click on the point and use the free transform thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Especially if like I might set up a guide, and it works for me, like especially with like triangles. Like if I'm drawing like this, number one, first of all, hold on. My point here at the top might not be in the middle, so I'll set up a guide, and I'll move my triangle over. It's showing slow. All right, just to match it up with the point. Oops, hold on. Sometimes I can't see. Okay. And my computer's moving that slow. Bear with me then. I don't know what's going on. It's doing stuff. Alright. Alright, so my point's in the middle, but these 2 points down here, I'm going to select them. Again, that's Command Shift to select multiple points. Then I'm going to do free transform. Notice it's like a little off. So I put it in the middle. And it only moves those points. Wait, it didn't. Hold on. I think I had the other one selected. Oh. I'm not doing all that, yo. Oh, duh. Not on my pen tool. I'm going to do it again. Select these two here. And yeah, it was pretty much there, but select 2 out of, or you can select only some of the points if you want to do a free transform to move them both at the same time. But normally shift and arrow can do it for me too. But if you want to find that middle, that helps that way. All right, but y'all kind of get the picture. Right. Anybody who uses or who doesn't use the pencil have any questions? Did I help?
I mean, I've used the pen tool. It's just a matter of devoting time to continue to use it and practice it.
Yeah, that's if you have the need. Some people might not have that need to use it. So,
no, I mean, I need to learn how to do it.
Right. I always say, like, the more you know, the stronger you become as a designer. Definitely.
True.
So, I mean, just be like a sponge, like never ever stop learning and trying new techniques and just bettering yourself constantly. That's the best advice I can give any designer.
sometimes this stuff is a guessing game.
Now, do you ever use your what is it called? Let me see here. It's called the pencil tool to smooth those edges out once it's selected.
The what tool?
The pencil tool. It's right there. Let me look at your tools here. It would be.
Is it the pencil tool?
Yeah. Or just hit N on your keyboard. See if it'll pop up that way.
Enter.
No, just the letter N.
Okay. And
Anything?
no, I got 3D options here.
Oh, really? Dang. I'm shocked.
But I have a pencil tool, but it doesn't. It's more like drawing with a brush.
Well, pull it up because I'm gonna show you a little trick with that.
Okay. Cool. Teach me.
Nah.
All right. All right. So I got the pencil tool up. What's up?
Okay, cool. Why is it not saying that you can draw anything? Is that layer locked or anything like that?
No, I just didn't. It's a raster.
It's raster. Yeah.
Oh, really? That sucks.
Thanks. Thank you.
No.
He's talking about your version again,
You're
Fatima.
coming at my version, yo.
Hey, I'm sorry. It's just been a while since I've been on.
Everybody can't do 6.
What version are you
So
on?
the pencil does vector stuff.
Yeah, it does some super crazy stuff.
Oh.
Like I'll probably put something together real quick and then screen sharing. I'll just show you what I'm talking about.
All right. Well, I'm gonna end this my end real quick. Come on, yo.
So Fatima, when you're doing your seals, do you do everything from scratch, or is there a site that you get certain stuff from?
Mostly I will do it from scratch. I usually sketch it out on paper. But at this point, I'm not doing a lot because I've already built up so many elements that I don't have to. So I will, if I have to, I will find something. But usually that it involves me actually searching out a real photo and creating a vector version of it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. So when you create your vector photo, you're inputting that image into the program and making it real light and just tracing over it.
Yeah, sorta. Yeah, I mean, you got to use your artistic eye to kind of figure out what to pull from it, like, cause it's going to be like a regular photo. Like, I might use an actual line, and kind of shape over his eye, and then improvise a little bit in hair area. So it just depends. It really does depend. Oh shoot.
Gotcha.
Never mind. Y'all get it. I don't know what Photoshop is doing. It's really lagging.
So, Fatima, what are your thoughts about doing, regular, in addition to, the stuff that's already going on DVA, doing, tutorials like this or workshops or, those types of events?
Well, we do have a goal to do a conference, and the conference will have a curriculum and tracks that you can choose from. Web track, photography track, and graphic design track, of course. Some classes are expected to kind of share. So, but that's all in the thought process for the conference. As far as tutorials like this though, like online webinar type stuff, that just really depends on time.
Yeah. You know what? We should have this more often. Actually have a session at least once a week where we just have a designer kind of highlight particular tools or techniques within Photoshop or Illustrator, InDesign, any of those type of things that people have an interest in.
Yeah.
I guess you need something to have more seats though, video seats.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, it depends on how if you're presenting and not really, there's a couple of tools out there outside of Hangouts. If you're going to just be doing kind of like what we're doing, I mean, you don't need a whole lot of seats, but if you're doing like a Hangouts on air where you're only presenting and maybe take questions in advance, then you don't really need seats. You just, because you're presenting, you're the only presenter.
Yeah, right. For example, people can watch this right now.
Yeah, people are, they can watch. Like, I can have this right now. It's live on YouTube. If I wanted to, we could broadcast it, bigger, better. Of course, the next time you can have like hundreds of people watching.
Mm-hmm.
They'll just be watching 10 of us, talking, but everybody else will be able to chat and ask questions and stuff.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
All right, so yeah, I'm still messing with this thing. like it's gonna pay, like somebody gonna pay me for it.
So is everybody that's a designer like a perfectionist?
Oh gosh.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, I must confess. I'm
like 500% to fix something.
Yeah, like I'm a perfectionist up until the client starts,
Yes,
then
bugging you.
exactly what they want. I don't care if it's garbage or not, because I'm like, you know what, you're paying me.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
If they like it, I love it.
Yeah. Right. This is the best piece I've ever done in my life.
I hate those clients that be like, do this, do this, do this, do this, and then they're like, so, what do you think?
Oh my God. Yeah. Oh my God.
I'll be like, listen, it's all about you. This is your vision. You know your vision the best. Like I'm trying to sell it. Like you know your vision the best. Like, like, well, I mean, I really want it to look nice. I'm gonna be like, well, I thought it looked nice at the first time.
Right.
Like,
You ever get done with a piece and then you be like, you don't claim it? Like, I didn't do it. But
absolutely. Don't tell anybody I did this.
Yeah.
I won't tell a client that. I have. This is purely your vision. You do not have to refer.
Like you can tell them you did it.
right.
That's a slap in the face, man. Just tell them you did it. In word.
That's funny.
Alright, so yeah, I'm trying. I'm still trying with this. I'm gonna leave it alone, I think. Anyway, yeah, so that's a pen tool. Okay. I'm gonna stop sharing, y'all, so we can get back to something else. And you can show me this pencil if you want, Bernard.
Show you what?
The pencil.
Oh yeah. Go ahead.
That's on 6.
No. Well, the tricks I'm going to show you now are, I think they start at 6. I want to say.
What is there one past 6 now?
CC.
Creative Cloud.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. CC. Okay, gotcha.
Let's see the entire screen. All right. There. Okay. So, I don't know, can you guys see my screen?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. They pulled a lot of neat tricks from InDesign, and I think they had some cool stuff from Photoshop dealing with the pen tool in Photoshop, in which I never really ever used the pen tool in Photoshop. But
So you're an illustrator.
you have. Well, let's say that, for example, like I'm going to pull this star here, and you have the power. You see like those little nodes, those little, some of my laptop. So you got to pardon the lag. But these little circles here allow you to be able to manipulate the curves, and they're called live corners.
Oh.
So you can go back and you can change the roundness of them, or if you want to select just one, you just select the one, and you can pull it in.
Oh, look at that.
You can, whoop, I did the wrong thing. And then you can, curve this out some more. So like you can do quick little changes here and there, and then you can always just push it back to its regular shape. So it will never lose its shape. Another cool thing I was going to tell you about the pen tool, like for example, I'll do a quick version like of that A that you had did. Let me see. the way.
Oh, he said a quick version.
Thank you.
No, not like that. I don't know, do you guys have like those smart guides, the little green things that pop up? Oh, jeez.
Hi, Mom.
Yeah, Mom.
Mom, stay calling you.
Yeah. You.
Mom, hello?
Yes, mute.
Why do I see my photo up there so much?
Yeah, I got my phone hooked up to my computer some type of crazy way. But and this is gonna look really, really horrible. But you'll get the idea of what I'm trying to do or show. So I'm just kind of using the what do you call this? I guess the crop tool or the pathfinder. All right. So let's say, for example, let me combine these two up here. Okay. Get rid of some of these extra nodes. And what I do is I overlap them, and then I use my unite. But then after you unite them, you get these extra nodes that are in the way. You can just delete those, and then to close it off automatically, you just go straight down here to divide. Like I found this out like some years ago just on accident. When you click it, it automatically closes it.
Oh.
But what you can do is, like, to get those curves, just to get a really quick rough draft, you can just start pulling them in like that.
Oh my God.
Oh, look at that.
Nice.
And it automatically starts to take the shape
Oh, wow.
that you
But
want.
man, I would have saved you a whole lot of time.
Yeah, shoot, he said real quick. I didn't think he was gonna do that to me though. Oh my God.
Kind of pull it
Oh,
in.
that's cool.
Zoom in some.
Just in case you couldn't see it.
I definitely couldn't see it.
Oh my goodness.
So let me see. Then I will go ahead and combine these two. Let me see. How would I do that? Well, yeah. Take that up. And this is just to kind of, like I said, just to kind of get a quick start. Now, you see how like it has that little curve there? You can now click on your anchor point. Your anchor point tool now allows you to be able to do that in the middle and to be able to pull it.
Okay.
And to make those adjustments that you need.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so it does a lot more, and I haven't got to the pen tool part yet, but you kind of get the idea. So let's say that I now select that. Now my pen tool, when I double click it, it allows you to be able to smooth out some of the edges, and you can have it be accurate to real smooth. And it tells you how many pixels within like reach that it wants to grab and smooth. Wow. So once I hit OK on here, I can now just start drawing. Oh, let me get my pencil, the actual pen tool. I got like a Wacom, it kind of helps me out. I can start drawing like this, and it automatically. Hold on. That's pretty. She's trying to get in here. Hold on. Hello? Brittany? Hold on, wait a second. I don't want to do that. Nope. Well, let me see. Stop sharing, hide, hide.
You just gotta hit take me there, don't you?
If I hit take me there, would it end the other call?
I think it does in her call. Yeah. Well, it never accepted it in the first place.
Okay, well, anyway, I'll just go back to here.
You said it won't let her join.
It won't let her join? Does anybody have her? Hold on. If Brittany can hear me, hold on 1 second. I'm gonna go on my other computer real quick.
Okay.
What's your Gmail again? I'm gonna have her put her Gmail in, and somebody could try to see if they can add her.
All right. Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay. Okay. Cool. So, where was I? Yes.
We're dealing with that
Smoothing out.
drawing.
Yeah. So again, it allows you to kind of get like a rough draft start. Okay. There's the email.
All right, and how did I?
Okay.
Before. Shoot. Now I don't know how to do it.
Still not acting right.
Settings.
Okay. Well, while that's going on,
So this is 6 Renard? I mean CC?
Yeah, what version are you using?
I'm using a 2014 version.
CC.
CC. Creative Cloud.
Because
Okay.
I didn't see that available in 6.
Yeah, I don't think it.
I think it's only in CC.
Okay.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm
PC.
like draw and then smooth it out.
Oh, okay.
Even down here, like with that little piece that was sticking out, like I can kind of almost like draw that in, but then kind of I would have to go in and really perfect it, but it kind of just again gives me a fresh kind of like a start.
So you guys that use the CC, do y'all do the monthly version or you outright bought it?
No, it's almost like leasing, and it works out to where like if you're not a student or a teacher, you pay $50 a month. I used to be a teacher, so that allowed me to get it at a discount rate, so I only pay like $20. But here's the kicker, and I was telling them this last night. That one account that you have allows you to be able to share it with 2 other people.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm sharing my account with 3 other people. Well, technically 4 because I have it on both my computer and my laptop.
Okay.
So, yeah, so I mean, if we was to divide that, it's coming down to only $4 a person a month. That's spending to use all this students.
So you have the whole suite, or?
Oh yeah, it gives you the whole suite. Like this is what you get.
That's the suite.
Good.
Oh, really?
And this is what I use. Like that's my top one.
Oh, so I need to find some people that want to get the CC and go in, huh?
Exactly. and what you would do is just create like a Gmail account or a Google account or whatever, and then that will just be the email login that everybody uses. And that's it. And like I said, and what it does, it updates. So like up here at the top, it'll say Creative Cloud, and it'll click on my apps. And they're constantly sending out like new updates or new assets. Let me see here.
Okay, so if you're sharing with other people, do they have access to your files or?
Nope. Well, yes. I mean, like if you guys are going to store your your files online, but no, these files are freestanding, just like how you would use your current Adobe software.
Okay.
And it's an installed program, not a virtual version or an online version.
Right. It's the actual real thing.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Like as you see right here, like my whole list. Like these are all old versions. Like you see, I have Illustrator, CS6 on there still.
Yeah.
I just never deleted it off. But I mean, all my old Photoshop, like Photoshop. That's not the latest version. You have to make sure it's the 2014. That's the one that's above this one. And it's all up to date. And then, of course, you have your tutorials. Like if I click on View Tutorials, it'll give you all the insight for that. Let me see.
That's me talking to her.
Oh, okay. And then the same thing with the assets, fonts. What I love. I can go to add from the type kit, And it will automatically, like, whatever fonts that I pick, it'll download it to my computer, and I can use it. And on top of that, all of these that you see right here are web safe.
Mm-hmm.
So these are not like going to freak out on somebody else's, laptop. It's going to be, or computer, or even their.
So what about the ones like you download from, let's say, the group?
No, that's not gonna work.
If you find it, if you can find it in here, I mean, like they have it, the classifications, they have them here, or find something that's close to it. But for the most part, I mean, I haven't been able. I mean, like, look at that font right there. That's really, really creative, stylish, I should say, and it gets the job done if you have a client or if you yourself want to step outside the box. Like the strip fonts, all those things are just like, nice. And this is all coming with my subscription that I pay with every month.
Okay, so if you download a font,
yeah,
are you able to put it in here?
Oh yeah, when you download the font, it's yours.
Okay, gotcha.
Yep.
It categorizes all your fonts.
Yeah, online, yes.
That's cool.
But just keep in mind, if you have a downloaded font, the fonts that are in Typekit are all, like you said, already kind of like web safe, web ready. So if you download a font, does not make it web ready.
Right. Right.
So you may install it and it may look good print wise, but it may not be
not.
viable
Okay,
for the web.
Gotcha.
Oh,
what was that?
What was that?
Are you okay?
Conte.
Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to show. Another reason why to upgrade.
Yeah.
Welcome, Brittany.
Hola.
¿Cómo estás?
Muy bien.
The real basics.
That's what's up.
That's cool.
Yeah, so.
It's crazy.
Okay, so the question now to pose is, who wants to do that?
Who wants to go in with you?
Yeah, I mean, that's neat. I mean,
Look at that. I love
everybody can say amount every month.
So, Bernard, with you having the, you said you've got, say, 4 users.
Yeah.
Are all of those users using the same login?
Yes, that's the thing, and that's the reason why I was saying get a mutual email account. Just create one.
So with that, can any of the users be using any of the programs or applications at the same time under the same?
Exactly. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Now, do the users have access to, like, for example, you're going to use your PayPal or your credit card or something, somebody's going to use something to pay. Does the user with that login be able to go in and access your information?
Now that's a good question, in which I've never thought of that, because the people that I share with, I mean, we're all within the company, and we have a company credit card that's attached to it.
Right.
I would say the best thing to do is to go get a pay-as-you-go card.
Yeah.
And put the money on there, and make sure that whoever's doing the collecting collects the money, and then go get a refill card and put it on there, so you don't have to worry about people's credit card information being out there.
So could it just be done through PayPal or something, or?
I think so. I mean, with them being everything online, I think that they will make it that easy for people to pay with PayPal. So yeah, I would say yeah.
Yeah, because the company I'm working for right now, we're talking about going Creative Cloud, and I'm trying to convince him. He has this mindset that anything that needs to be done can be done with the resources we have right now. And I've been pulling my hair out because they're still on XP, and they're using Microsoft Publisher.
Oh, wow.
So it's like,
ooh, good grief.
I'm killing myself. Just like every day I go in, I'm basically having, like right now I'm working on a client's from work stuff in design because there's no way I'm going to create an invoice and publish it.
Right.
So I'm definitely trying to convince him to upgrade the system and upgrade the software.
All right, let me turn my little thing off real quick.
Oh, so let me ask you. If somebody has an Apple, they can't. It's not gonna work if somebody got a regular computer, right?
No, it works both on PC because they're looking for an account. That's all they're looking for.
Oh, okay.
And then the download determines by what operating system you're using.
Exactly. So do I have any buyers? This is kidding.
I mean, I'm already sold. I mean, I just need, some other people to go in.
Okay, Fatima, go ahead and head that up.
Well, the way my
my checking and my savings. I got a checking and a savings.
Yeah, you know what? And that opens up my next question, y'all. Do some of you ever go through like a funk where you're like, I want to do absolutely nothing. Like, I want to design 0 things. I want to deal with 0 clients. Therefore, of course, you end up making 0 money.
0 money.
Like, I'm in that funk, and I've been here for like I go on the DVA and talk about design all day, but I don't feel like freelancing right now. Like, I haven't.
You need a vacation.
I went through that.
It's funny you said that because even me myself in November, I'm planning on taking a break from that too.
Wow.
I have to. The problem is, I get a lot of work, and a lot. When I say a lot, and I gotta study for a test. I have to pass this test for my job before January, and I'm planning on taking the test at the end of November. So I have to concentrate. If I do I have to take some light, but I'm gonna have to slow down or either stop or slow down.
Thanks for letting me know that, Tony.
Wait, who just said that?
I'll hold off for another month.
Oh.
No.
I'm just playing.
We'll talk.
Jason, first of all, what are you doing? Like, you haven't even been here. We would love to hear from you. What are your thoughts about anything? Something?
What are my thoughts about what?
Anything.
Oh, Fatima wasn't here earlier. You was talking earlier.
He was getting it in.
I was late though. I was
talking about the storm. I love DVA. There's my thoughts.
DVA loves you too.
Thanks. Bring it in.
Plug everybody.
So Fatima, you made a good point to kind of segue into, Tony actually. How do you guys get clients?
How do we get clients?
Yeah, are you at a point now where clients find you?
Absolutely.
Or are you still having to find clients?
I do no work finding clients. I don't do anything at all. Like, I do not promote nothing. Like, I haven't promoted. I will post my work on Facebook, but I don't go, if anybody needs a flyer, contact me, sale. I never do it. And Tony, you noticed that. Like,
Yes.
I'm just now getting the website together.
Yeah, I had to beat it out of her.
Yeah, he got on me. He threatened me. But I don't have the energy to do that. That's number one. That's a whole different administrative side to things. But that's a lot of word of mouth over time. So if people like you, they'll keep telling people about you. And that's just how I've always gotten clients. I've never put out ads, all the other stuff. But I do understand that some people do that, and they do need to do that. I just so happen to work in a circuit, which is the black church market, where everybody's looking to stunt. You know, everybody wants a flyer. Everybody, you know, wants something. They want it for cheap, but they want it so they know how to know who to go to get it.
Well, that makes a good point right there, where you have those, you know, you're in that black church market, and I guess it just depends on the area you live in and the clients you deal with. But if you said using word of mouth, you may have one client and they love your work so much that they tell 5 more people. But what if that one client was a cheap client and all they know is cheap clients?
Mm-hmm.
How do you deal with getting out of the rut of everybody wanting a hookup?
That's
Especially in the black church market.
Yeah, that's where I'm at right now, though. See, so if you ask me a question of how do you get higher paying clients, I'm lost. So how do I get clients? You know, so how do you get corporate clients? I'm still lost. Like, really, I've locked down my market.
So you're like the Tyler Perry of design.
I don't know if he's. Never mind. I'm gonna shut.
To answer his question, you have to grow, and anything that you do, you have to grow. If this is my thing. If you're doing the same thing that you were doing last year, so this year the result is going to be the same. Meaning, if you're charging the same amount you were charging last year, and you had problem paying your bills, if this year you're charging the same, then this year you're going to have the same result. You're still going to have the same issues with paying your bills.
All right.
So
Okay.
this. If last year you were charging $50 for a flyer, I'm not saying that this year you got to make the jump to $100, but increase. Go from 50 to 75. It's going to do one or two things. The first thing it's going to do, it's going to weed out the cheap clients. People that don't want to pay over $50, they're going to run out your life. Now, the new clients that you have that's coming in, they don't know about your $50 prices. All they know is about your brand new prices, which is $75. So now you're increasing your client base upon how much you're charging now, and you grow from there.
Okay, let me ask a question regarding that then. So does the demographic of your area play a factor in that? And the reason I ask that is because you can charge whatever you want to charge, but your work is only worth what people are willing to pay for it.
Absolutely, and I agree with you on that. Yes.
So if people are only willing to pay $50 in my area, then and I charge $75, and people aren't willing to pay $75, they're willing to pay $50. Do I compromise and say, okay, well, I'll get it to you for $50, or do I lose a client in hopes to get that $75 client, which may not even be in my area because the area demands a $50 flyer?
I agree with you. 100%. There's a couple of things that's going to help you stand out. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever had a client that went to somebody that did it for $50 and had a bad experience and ran to your door?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. When you say 75, do they have a problem paying?
No.
Okay. Point made.
No. In most cases, they'll say, okay, my nephew can do it for this, but their nephew, of course, is not going to give them the quality that I would give. So I'm trying to get clients that, bottom line, it doesn't matter what the price is. They're looking at the relationship that I build with them, the quality of work that I give them, and regardless of price, they're not going anywhere. But I've had clients that I've had for 10 years. I knew their family, I knew their kids. We ate Christmas dinner together. Clients for 10 years. And then in year 11, they found another vendor who gave them a better price, and they left.
Wow.
And I built a relationship, like I said, cookies on Christmas. I knew the kids' birthdays. I'm going to birthday. I mean, the whole nine. But 11th year, they found another vendor that came in, undercut me by a few $100s, and I lost a client of 10 years.
It happens in business. You know, they always say clients are never wrong, and it's true.
Sometimes they'll go with what glitters, and what shines, and then over time they'll realize that they're not willing to put in
Exactly.
to build that relationship, and they'll be back.
Exactly.
That's happened plenty of times to me.
Not everybody's gonna give them the relationship that you gave. Not everybody gives the service that you give. I'm a developer, and I really don't deal with clients anymore. I mostly deal with designers. What happened is when I got into DVA, I used to have clients, and I still have a couple here and there. And I realized one thing, that in DVA, there's a lot of people, a lot of designers that was having a hard time finding developers to work with them. And I was like, you know what? I was helping people, and people were like, yo, and I wasn't charging. I was like, no, but all this work, this. Then I realized, you know what? The designers need somebody. They need a bridge between the designer and the client. And that's where I come in. When I do work for client, it's similar to working with a designer, but it's not the same. The designer understands me. The client wants something from me.
Right.
It's two different things. Where the designer, me and the designer, we could bump head, we not agree, and we still work with each other. The client, at the 1 minute we bump head, they're ready to walk out the door.
Right.
But one of the things that makes me stand out is what makes me different from the other developers. When I talk with a client, and before we even go anywhere with the conversation, I start off my conversation with saying, I'm probably the most expensive developer you're going to work with. Right there, by telling them that, we're weaving out all the $50 prices or the $100 prices. I'm letting you know I'm the most expensive. And I advise them, maybe you want to look around and try. No, I seen your work, such and such recommended you. Your work. Okay, well, this is my price.
I can vouch for that. That works.
Yes. And that's what I tell them. And they buy it. Another thing also, you can't just charge a lot of money for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
You got to justify it. You see my cell phone? Stays with me 24/7. I tell people, if you have a problem, it could be 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, call my phone. I might be sleeping, I will wake up. You won't bother me. I don't mind. Some people tell you, yo, once it's 7 o'clock, my phone is off. Call me tomorrow. That's not me. I charge a certain amount, I offer a certain service. And I don't mind because they pay for that.
Right.
That's what makes me stand out. Donna, one time, 4 o'clock in the morning, she calls me up. She has a problem. I'm at a barbecue. No laptop, no computer. I'm like, you got a problem? She was like, yeah. And the client, you see this. I was like, all right, no problem. My brother took me to a barbecue somewhere, and I go to the lady, listen, you don't know me. I'm a developer. I need a computer. I have a client. The website is down. I need to get it back up. Everybody stopped and looked at me like crazy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he's a developer. I was like, I really need it. And I was like 3 hours away from my house. He gave me the computer. I got in there, did what I needed to do. She was super happy. Her client was super happy. That's the kind of service you got to offer that makes you stand out from other people.
But how much did you get paid? Did you get paid for the inconvenience that was worth what you did, though?
I'm sorry?
Did you get paid? Were you compensated what was worth it to do that, to have done that?
Yes, but regardless if I was or not, that service makes me stand out. And either with her and her client. The next thing, the client, even the client reached out to me personally. Tell me thank you. To me, that's all that matters, because in that person's head, I'm different. There's no experience like this that they'll ever get anywhere else.
That's good. That's good, man. That's
so
good.
That comes when you're charging a certain amount. Even Jason will tell you. The other day, Jason contacted me. Me and him have been working together. He contacted me about something, and I said, all right, First process, let's get a mock-up up. He was like, all right, no problem, I'm going to work on it. He sent me the mock-up, asked him. I was like, this is unacceptable. I can't take this. I'm like, we can't charge a client X amount of money and send this. This is unacceptable. I said, you got to redo it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll tell you. I said, we got to redo it. That's unacceptable.
Jason, cool. Put you on blast.
$10,000 for something, and you send this. I'm like, bro, you got to redo it. Unacceptable.
Nah, it was cool though, cause like
it's in a good way. It wasn't a good way.
Right, yeah, it was
right.
good.
Yeah.
So it was great.
If you're trying to achieve, if you're trying to get to the top, people, if you're trying to get to the top, you gotta act like you're a top. It's like when you're going for a CEO job, you gotta go for the best suit you got. You gotta go out and buy a suit that you go nearly broke.
The end result was the client was actually speechless when they saw it. So
Right.
Exactly. You know, the way I would run for a job to apply for a job at McDonald's, I can't walk applying at a job at a corporate office.
Right.
It's the same thing. When you're presenting yourself, when you're doing a job, and you want to charge more, you want to reach a high-end client, you want to reach a paying client, what are you offering? What I ask myself before getting to that point is, I'm like, what am I offering? What is this guy offering that I'm not offering? What is he doing that I'm not doing? Because if he's getting the high-end client, then I need to do whatever he's doing or better. Till you reach that plateau, you're not going to get the high-end client. It doesn't just come that one day you get up and you say, oh, I want to charge $200 for a flyer. Expect to get it. And you sitting here saying, oh, I can't get $200 client. Meanwhile, XYZ next to you is getting $200 clients.
Mm-hmm.
There's levels to it. There's steps to it. You got to make yourself stand out.
Right.
And a different example that I gave Jason this exact example. I said, me and him were guys, but I said, as a guy, just look at it this way. A beautiful girl walks into a room. There's 5 guys. 4 guys goes to talk to her and fails. Before you go and say the wrong thing, you got to say something different from these 4 guys that makes you stand out. And you get the number. It works.
I can attest to that.
That's good, man.
Different approach, but it works.
That's good.
Well, how do you balance that against pure and utter exhaustion?
I'm sorry?
How do you balance that against utter exhaustion, though? Like you bend over backwards for everyone.
I'm sorry?
I say you'll bend over backwards for everyone. How do you find time for you to kind of blow off and rest and stuff?
To really be honest, I'm working on the rest part. I really have to rest. And it's not just me. Everybody battles with it. The resting part is something that a lot of people battle with. Even me myself, I work with Regina a lot, and even her, she's a bad habit, staying up late night working. I always tell her, listen, you have to rest. I don't rest. You have to rest. And it's tough because the problem with being good at what you do is you get a lot of work. When you get a lot of work now, you start saying yes, and you get overwhelmed with work. And that's when you find yourself not being able to sleep on time, not being able to sometimes your conflicting schedule, delivering work, and all that. So the resting part is something I'm working on, to really be honest. I don't really have an answer for you yet.
Gotcha.
I'm still working on it.
So one of the things you mentioned early on was, this client that the website was down, they had to get to a laptop or a computer back up. When you're dealing with the website and development, it's a lot easier because it's already online.
Correct.
So to all the designers, what would you do in those situations? Like, what are you guys using? Any type of remote access software on your computers at home or in your office, where if you're 3 hours from home and a customer says, I got to get this logo done, but I need these changes, you can't drive 3 hours home. What are you guys using if you're not, say you don't have your laptop?
That's
What
a
are you
good
guys using? How do you solve that problem? Or do you have to wait until you get back from vacation or get back home 3 hours away to satisfy the client?
I always have my laptop with me.
Right.
Never leave anywhere without it.
Me either.
Fatima too. You went to the Chili's. She had a laptop with her and everything.
No, I was one of 5 people who had a laptop though.
That's what I was about to say. So is it to say that in a designer's toolbox, a laptop is required?
Amen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a must.
Now that doesn't work very well with my spouse though. Like he be like, you are not allowed to bring your laptop.
Right.
And I'll be like, son, listen. I don't know what I'm gonna do. If, you know what I'm saying? Like, or my excuse is always something stupid. Like, well, what if someone's there that wants to see my portfolio? It makes no sense. But it works. I have a very big balance issue. So, which is probably why I'm like very exhausted and disinterested right now. And I have a yes issue. I will say yes to every human being on the planet if it's something that I really am inspired by or something I think I can do. I'm a yes person, and I really don't need to be that way. Like, but I want to help the world. Like, I want to save the world from bad graphic design.
Okay.
Exactly.
While we're on a yes subject, can I borrow 10,000?
Excuse me?
I said, while we're on a yes subject, can I borrow 10,000?
Yes, only yes depends on whether I have it in me. And
I don't like the pending part. I like the yes, the flat out yes. I'm driving down to Philly to come pick it up tonight.
Yeah, okay. Leave your vehicle, your pimped out vehicle. Leave that. Yeah, so if I feel like I have it, in me, I'll give it. But that's the issue. I'll assume that I have the capacity, whether it be in time or energy, to do it, and I don't.
So is that based on, is that yes, because I know some of us who may not be getting as many clients as some other designers, is that yes based on the fact that, like you said, you want to help save the world, or is it a financial yes?
It depends on who it is. For example, one of my very popular gospel friends, who I feel like I'm going to need in the future, asks me to do something. I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. And I'm thinking about long term, but I'm thinking about me and what I can do right then and there. So, or it just be a desire to really help. I'll see that person's vision and be like, yo, that'd be amazing. I would love to be the one to do that. I have a great idea, but I might have zero time. Yeah. So, and then other times, yes, it is financial. I'm like, look, I need this 75 for this flyer, so I can, do whatever. But it actually ends up screwing me over if I thought I had the time, don't have the time, they paid me half, or neglect somebody else to get things done. I end up losing money at the end of it. But it does. I never see that in the beginning. Like, I never see that at the yes. So I don't know, and that's why I just haven't. I haven't been doing a lot of anything.
Yeah, me, my yes issues, I like the design. If a designer comes to me for website design and it looks hot, in my head I'm already coding it. So already I'm like, oh, I'm gonna make this slide, I'm gonna make this move. Yes. Like Fatima, whenever she hit me, she'll be like, how busy are you? Like, what's up? I have this design. Take a look at it. I'm not busy. Meanwhile, I'm working on 3 projects. No, I'm not busy. I got you when you need it by. Tomorrow? Yeah.
Let's go. Yeah, I kind of work a lot the same way. Like when it comes to a client, before years ago, I used to do flyers like $50 flyers and stuff. Since then, I'm triple that for the same amount of work. Sometimes even more. And I found out that people they pay for it, but at the same time, I've lost clients too. I mean, I ain't gonna say like lost friends, but I mean, it's like that whole long-term thinking in my mind, like, is this an investment or am I going to catch grief? So constantly making changes and how I tend to wind up losing out in the end because you want to spend so much time with a particular client. For myself, I work a majority out of just based off of the hour and constantly tell myself, like, you know what, I can tell a person no, like I don't need them. That's how I feel. Like I don't need you. Though I may financially look at my situation and be like, oh yeah, I need to have this. I was like, but my integrity, otherwise, like I have to keep moving forward and reaching higher. So it's not easy, but I do it. I lost a client last week. They came to me asking for 3 logos and website changes, manipulation to an existing template, and I told them, I said, that's going to be roughly $1,900, but if you want to do it in payments, then we can cut you a deal for $13. And they were like, $13? Now I know they know other graphic designers. I'm pretty sure they went to them and just totally, they didn't even respond back to me after that. I just know I lost them. I'm like, that's cool, that's fine. I'll find the next person who will pay. So that's that.
So from a standpoint, I'd love to hear from Tony and from a web standpoint, and then anyone else from a design standpoint. When you're first dealing with a client, not necessarily I guess it may be a designer, but what does your process look like when you deal with a new client?
When I'm dealing with a new client, I think I told you this before the other day. I don't know if you were there. Mainly, I know primarily I sell myself. I meet the client. We'll talk. I'll ask them what they would like. I'll give them a little background about myself. I'll give them a little background about web developing, website. Because I think in the whole process, by me educating the client, telling them certain things, it gives them that confidence that this guy knows what he's talking about. You ever met somebody, you ever been somewhere like, even Home Depot? You ever been to Home Depot and asked one of the salesperson for something, and they tell you a whole different story, and that's not right?
Right.
It's one of those things. So when I sit there and I tell them about web developing or web designs or websites, is to make them feel comfortable, to let them know, like, the guy they spoke to previously spoke about money and this and that. This guy's telling me about web development, stuff I don't even know about, stuff I don't even understand, but it makes sense. He seems like he knows what he's talking about. Once you break that barrier, at them. And then from there, we go into looking into what they want, what they don't want. I'll show them some example of what I've done, what I could do, what direction we could take. 99.9% of the time, I work.
Bye, everyone.
Yeah. 99.9% of the time, I work with my cousin Donnell. He does the design. I do the preview. And one of the things I always tell all my clients is this: let me design what you want. If you don't like what I come up with, you can change it to whatever you want. And knock on wood till now, I never had a client that turned down one design. Every website that you've seen that I've done on my website is done by my cousin Donnell, been approved every time.
And then also, too, another thing that I had to learn when it comes to dealing with clients from a design standpoint is to not give them a lot of options.
Right.
Like that, because before I used to be like mashing out just just showing off. Like here's 13 logo designs for you. And then I find myself not reaching the deadline because they spent like a third of the time trying to make up their mind off of a logo. And once they picked it, then it was like fine tooth, combing, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm never gonna do that again.
Yeah.
And then I cut myself down from doing like 13 to like 6. And that still didn't work out, so now I'm down to 3. And I'll really put my foot in one of them to make it really stand out. The other 2 I'm like, whatever. Because I wanted to kind of go my way, but the illusion, like, what, I'm really making a choice here.
Right.
It's funny you said that. I agree with you. I was just talking to Jadarian Sanders, and I told him something similar to that. You know what it is? Clients always think that they know. And what I tell people is this: you're the designer, you're the developer. You need to tell the client how it should be. Now, the client is entitled to tell you what they want. But on the design standpoint, on the development standpoint, you're the professional.
Yes.
You let the client hate you, talking about, oh, I want it this way, I want it that way. At that point, you'd be like, you know what, I can't help you.
I used to do, like you were saying, Bernard, I used to do, my max was 6 designs, and then I got down to 3 designs.
Yeah.
And then what I started doing was, now I only do 1 design with revisions, because if I get enough information from the client up front, there's no questioning what I'm designing.
Right.
Well, I'm going to know your style, your colors, examples of stuff you like, what you don't like. So I'm going to ask enough questions up front. So when I get in front of my computer, I'm ready. And so when you get it, you can say, oh, can you tweak this a little bit? Can you tweak that? But I'm not going to be recreating a whole other design, because I've listened to the client up front and got all my information up front.
Right.
When I get to it, it's 1 design with maybe a few revisions.
So can you share with the group, what are the questions, what are the main questions you ask from a client to get as much information to go back and do your designing?
Well, first question I ask is, I always ask them to tell me about your business. Tell me about your business. Tell me about yourself. And then once I, take notes on what that client, who that client is, and who that business is, and what they do, who they serve, find out what their client base is, and then from there, then I start looking at, okay, well, what colors? It depends on if they have a logo currently, and I'm rebranding them, or if they're starting from scratch. If I'm rebranding them, I want to know, what do you like about your current logo? What do you not like about your current logo?
Yeah.
And then if they're starting from scratch, then that's when I go into, okay, well, tell me some things you want your logo to convey. What do you want? What do you want it to say to your clients? What do you want it to say to your employees? I find out, color scheme. I ask them to give me examples of other company logos that they like and company logos that they don't like. So I know, okay, well, are you looking for a raster-based logo, or are you looking for something straight vector, because it needs to be scalable? And then I explain to them what a vector logo is. So if you want to put it on a postage stamp, or if you want to put it on the side of your building, then it has to be designed this way. Don't bring me a photograph. So I explain that, and I educate the client on the differences in what they're getting, or what they're wanting. And then, like I said, I go through the steps of colors, styles. Do you want something fun and whimsical, or is it a corporate brand? So once I do that, then and I get all those questions answered, then I start, working out my brand. Okay, well, here's some fonts that I can choose from. Here's some styles that I can choose from. Put something together, and then once I get it to them, my winning or selling point with my clients, if a client comes to me and they tell me, once I give them a final product, if they say to me, you created me in that logo, or they say that's me, then I know my job is done, because I know the brand that I create is a representation of that person and their business. And if they get it, then their clients are going to get it, and their employees are going to get it. And, my job is done. So I start with that one logo, start with that questionnaire. And once I get those questions answered up front, it makes my job so much easier on the back end. I do the same thing with web development, or when I'm doing, and I'm not doing what Tony does, but even if I'm creating a WordPress website, I'm doing the same type questions. And I go even further if I'm doing a marketing plan. I want to know what your sales were for last year. I want to know who's your client, what's your unique selling proposition, what makes you different from other companies that's doing what you're doing. How many businesses are like yours in a 5-mile radius of your business? So I dig deep into all those demographics to find out when I finish what I'm doing for them, this is going to work for them. Because I'm creating a logo for them to make money. I'm creating a website for them to make money, to build their client base. So I have to know all that information going in.
Well, you heard it right there, man. Words of wisdom.
Where does everybody draw inspiration from?
Y'all.
Outside of the studio.
Sneakers.
Nature.
Sneakers?
Yes.
Who said that?
Me, Jason.
I'm sorry, your lips is moving like before or after or something.
I'm sorry.
No, you good. Sneakers. That's interesting. That's interesting. So what you going, like Nike.com and just...
No, really? Be seriously honest, sometimes I do a Nike ID just to play around with color.
Nice. That's smart. I like it.
I'm usually either on, there's a website called IMP Awards, which is the International Movie Poster Association. So I'm always looking at movie. Like, if you go to this website, it has literally every movie poster for every movie pretty much made within the past 20 years. And they show a lot of versions of posters that we don't see here in America. I'm either there or I'm at GameStop.
And what's the name of that poster website?
IMP Awards, IMPA.
IMP.
It's the IMP Awards. I think it's impawards.com, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. I'm on it right now.
Well, I'm sitting at GameStop looking at game boxes, or I'm on EA.com.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like, sports is pretty big to me as far as inspiration.
Okay. Well, where do I go? I'll go to logopon.com.
Good one.
I don't know how to say it, but I'm assuming it's Abduzito, something. Abduzito, something like that.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
That is.
Where's my B? I don't know how to say this either. I'm gonna say it's Behance or .net.
Yeah, Behance is good. Behance and Pinterest are really good
I was
sites.
about to say Pinterest is where I usually go.
Yeah. For sure.
It's a lot of good stuff on DeviantArt Art or however you say it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a classic place.
Definitely.
Roderick.
So wait, Roderick, are you in the actual call? Can you get in the call?
I think we do have space.
Oh, we got. Let me see. How much we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Yeah, 8.
8.
We got 2
Yeah,
spaces.
we got 2 slots open.
IMP what?
IMP Awards.
Dot.
Com.
We have an echo again, by the way.
Yes.
So I know we've had it for a long time.
Yeah.
I ain't saying nothing though. And my earphones are not in.
Yeah, everybody blowing up.
Samira, you in? Come on, y'all. Come on all the way in. Samira, how you feel?
Samara's in here?
She's in the chat.
What?
Oh, so it's people in the chat and people actually on the video.
Let me see. I think I can add.
I have a question, you guys.
Go ahead.
Okay, so you guys know I'm young and I do a lot of club flyers and mixtape covers. How would I branch off into more professional type things, like more corporate stuff? Like lately, I've been working with small business owners, and that's a good step. And I'm actually thinking about cutting off all the rappers and party promoters and strictly doing more professional stuff.
I'm actually in the process of doing that right now. I'm in the process of doing the same thing. Tony's helped me a lot in my thinking patterns. As far as he just told me to basically go out to the small businesses and look at around the city, like what needs help. You look at certain businesses like that and just do something that's gonna catch their attention and show it to them.
That's what I do.
I actually am in the process of talking to a wine bar in Tampa. When Tony gave me, said that, I just basically went out in the city that same day and did a mock-up of a logo, a new logo, whole identity, and started a website that he hasn't seen yet, but it's going to be. But yeah, I mean, once they saw a few things that I showed them, they were just like, okay, well, we need to talk about, the new process.
What about when you network with these businesses and you do show them your portfolio, but it's like they see all the urban work and not anything more towards.
One I can tell you, I can kind of answer that. One of the things that, in working with Toya, one of the things that we're doing is we put on her website not only her work that she's done for real companies. What we do is we go online and we find companies that have the worst logo ever, and they're real companies, and we create what we call case studies.
Right.
And we recreate and rebrand the entire company. And sometimes, we're kind of going back and forth on whether or not we're going to present it to one of the companies, the one we're working on now, which is was it Danny Trejo, I think. And we're basically we rebrand the company and then present it to them. Like Jason was saying, if you don't have that in your portfolio, create it. Even if it's a fake company.
Right, yep.
Just create something corporate, make up a name, make up an address, and just create something, or find a logo online and do a case study for it. And that way you kind of build your portfolio, and it doesn't have to be, we call them case studies because they're not really clients.
Right.
So that's kind of what we do.
Yeah, that's if you need, I guess, briefs to read, go to like one of them stupid contest sites.
Yeah, design contest.
Or
designcontest.com.
And then just see what what people are looking for. Design it. You don't have to enter. Just design it and just put it in your portfolio and just like unused proposal, something like that.
Design contest or Elance.
How do you guys feel about those design contests that a lot of artists have, for their album covers?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I think that's just a way of getting something for free.
Well, somebody posted what was a few weeks ago something about Floyd Mayweather was doing like this contest to promote a fight he was doing, or somebody was promoting, and they sent the designer an email saying, hey, I guess he did work for this company before, and then they sent him an email saying, hey, we're having this contest looking for designers to design this
I know what you're talking
promotional
about.
flyer.
For like a fight on Showtime or something.
Right, exactly. And he wrote back just like,
Oh God, I read that.
oh my God, it was perfect, because he was basically saying you're trying to use designers to get some free work, and that's what a lot of companies do.
Yep. They go to them colleges too, man. Like they wear those college kids out.
Oh yeah, because they know they can get free work.
Exactly.
Yeah, I stay away from them.
Right. I mean,
Now, I'll tell you one thing I did do.
It says a lot about like the company. Like if the company doesn't have enough integrity to pay, you don't want to deal with them because they're really shady people. I think that successful companies don't mind putting their money where their mouth is and really investing into their own company. It's like a bad business would be to waste money on branding, knowing that you're not going to get anything in return, knowing that you're not going to hit the right demographic.
Now, I'll tell you something that I did. It just kind of kind of gave me a pool of clients that were ready for their work to be done. Was I actually did a design contest where I put it out, and it was basically like an ugly logo contest. So basically, I allowed companies who hated their logo and wanted a rebrand, and basically you would submit your logo, whatever that was, and I would choose the worst logo, and I would design their brand or redesign their brand for free. But I would have 30 or 40 people apply, and now I've got a pool of 39 people or companies who actively want their logo redesigned.
Right.
So now I've got a pool of new clients.
Right.
Yeah.
Another thing that somebody had told me to do once, I haven't done it yet, but I plan on doing it with my company, is they said to bring added value to who you are as a designer, basically by going out and creating like a ticket of some form, a coupon, I should say, where you would say like this is worth $300, give this to me to save $300 on the rebrand or for a sit-down session to be absolutely free. Something of that nature to where you're automatically having people feel as if they're walking in the door saving, an X amount of dollars. Even if you want to put on there $800, that's going to make them feel like, I have $800 in my hand with dealing with this company that this other company may not have, that they're going to spend $800 sitting down with this guy, but here I have this ticket. And see what how that turns out. I haven't tried it, but I heard a couple businesses do it and said that it actually works.
I've gotten a couple clients doing that just with consultations.
Yes.
Say, okay, you can get a 1 hour consultation. The value is $750 or whatever it may be,
right.
And they feel like they're getting a really good deal because you're covering a lot of information in that 1 hour.
Right.
Yeah, it definitely works.
All right, you guys. I'm about to turn in. I'm kind of tired.
Night.
Okay, well, I guess everybody's kind of like winding down. I don't know if anybody want to say any final remarks or.
I got a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, same here.
Right. Okay, so I guess what I'll probably try to do is try to see about having this like a set schedule like every week. I don't know if Wednesdays work better for everybody or not, with having to be in the middle of the week or not. But I'm gonna figure out someday, which is gonna be like from 9 to like how we're doing right now, 12:30. So we just kind of just have this DVA talk.
Wait, what's going on with the fit challenge?
Yeah, what's up with that?
That's a good question. I don't know, y'all. I gotta kind of think about how it would work.
Y'all ever heard about the smoothie challenge?
The what?
Smoothie challenge.
Smoothie challenge.
No.
It's basically it's by J.J. Smith. She was on Steve Harvey show and a couple of morning shows, and you drink green smoothies for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and you take like little sips for snacks, and you do it for 10 days, and people have lost up to like 15 pounds in 10 days. Now I met a lady. And every time I see her, because she used to always come to my job, every time I see her, she would get smaller and smaller and smaller. She used to be 3 times my size, and now she's almost smaller than me. So it works. And
Post a link on the topic.
All right.
To that lady or whatever. I would love to see that. Shoot. Winning. All right, but yeah, I'm about to roll, y'all. Thank you. It's been awesome.
Definitely.
All right, guys. It's been real. And stay tuned till the next time we meet again.
Definitely.
Good.
All right. Have a good night, everybody.
All right, good
Tony, I'll be in touch.
Definitely.
Peace in.
Bye.
Even out.
Bye,
Happy
guys.
Friday.